Yes, we
Fuck, what was
all
that?
must eat our doom.
What was that game? Altered Beast? Welcome to your doom.
That's something I've not thought about in a while. Altered Beast.
Yeah, man. I'm fully anticipating an Altered Beast movie.
Right.
Right, think about it, right? They're doing Streets of Rage, yeah? So if that's good, why wouldn't they do other classic movies? Or other classic games in that style, and why wouldn't they do Altered Beast when it is literally just about a fucking wolf man going about punching demons? That's John Wick in hell. That's an untapped market as of yet. Altered Beast had a PS2 remake. Hi guys, did it? I fucking missed that one.
Yeah, me too.
Right, well,
There's,
anyway,
there's probably a what happened on it somewhere.
probably. So anyway, yeah. Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
I haven't fucking spoke to you in a while.
I know. It's good. It's good to be back. Sorry, there was no Doom last week, folks.
It's alright, this week it's good to be back, last week it was good to be Bob. See what I did there? But yeah, you were much missed, truly, but I did get to play some Bloodstained. That's Platinum number 192 under my belt.
Yep, very nice.
So yeah, I'm
closing on that 200.
Yeah, I've got enough games on the go that I could get it. It's just I don't think I'm going to be able to platinum all of them, like, soon. Like, there's no fucking shot I'm doing EDF this year. No chance. There's no chance that I'm going to get through, like, MKX or whatever until I get somebody else to play with, that kind of shit.
The Argent Tower is destroyed.
So, I don't know, there's a few... I'll maybe get to 200, I don't know. I've started playing a PS5 at my friend's house on my account, so I've got PS5 games that are just sitting there ticking up every time I go to his place, so I don't know. Where in the name of fuck am I?
So, you're now back in the Argent research facility, now having returned from hell. And the place is looking a bit fucked.
I was going to say, I left hell, did I? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it just so happens that some of the creatures brought some with them.
I think I was talking to, I think it was Bebop I was talking to about that. The fuck was that? The fuck is going on? What? What? Fucking... what killed me?
There was, there are enemies, there will have been enemies flying in over the open space.
Fuck. So, all the way off. Oh my goodness, hey Ronan. Yeah, fucking hell. I think I was talking to Vivov about this. What if you got down to hell and it wasn't hot? It was just spicy.
Spicy. All the time.
Yeah, like that's not hellfire and brimstone, that's paprika.
Yep.
Can you imagine you get down there? You're just like, whoa, hell's actually kind of cold. Wait, why do my eyes sting? Ah! And then,
it's chilly.
Oh. And then Satan's sitting there with a big fucking woolly hat and scarf on going, there, you prick. It was you.
It was him.
And he killed me again because I went to the Prometheus school of running away. It's been a wee while, I've not played a shooter in a few days. Give me a break.
It's alright. I think you'd be better off with probably rockets or the big laser railgun.
Yes, sir.
Because the chain gun takes a wee while to wind up.
Your lungs are on fire from all the ground peppers in them. That would be worse. That would be so much worse than going to hell and it's just hot and like full of demons and shit. Imagine you went to hell and it's not actually hot, it's spicy. All of this is spice. It's just ground fucking paprika, cinnamon, coriander. No, coriander's a personal thing. I know it's not spicy, but it makes everything taste like soap to me. And
right, you're one of those people.
Yes, I'm a mutant.
Yeah, so like there does seem to be a proportion of people who coriander does have that effect on them, and because of that they can't really eat it in anything.
Yep, that's me. It was, oh, for fuck's sake! Oh!
But at what cost?
I was
But at
betrayed by
what
the animation!
cost?
God damn it. Yeah, Becca used to make curries, and they were delicious, but I would be the only person that was like, there's something not right about it though. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure there was a point where I was like, did you wash these plates? Like, did you dry them properly though? Like, I think they've still got soap on them. I thought for fucking months that my cutlery and all that was just covered in soap. But it turned out, it turned out
Hey.
that it wasn't the soap, it was coriander, and we found that out because Becca kept making the curry and secretly removing one ingredient at a time until I stopped complaining about it. And then when I stopped complaining, she was like, coriander. That's the
Yeah.
one. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So we looked it up, and sure enough, yeah, that's a thing. So she made the curry again with every ingredient except the coriander, and I was like, it's fixed, it's amazing! So ever since then, yeah, that's it. I just can't do it anymore. That's right, I've got a double jump.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm in like bloodstained mode still, so I'm still pressing like R1 to dash and everything. It's going to take me a minute to get the control scheme out my brain.
Yeah, I was a little bit like that with I returned to Elden Ring this week,
Yeah, you did.
and like one thing that was really kind of doing me in for a little bit was the pressing L3, because that's the sprint button in Horizon. And when you hit L3 in Elden Ring, of course, you don't sprint, you crouch. So it's been responsible for a few stupid deaths.
I think we're all guilty of that though. There used to be a point in my life where I was able to retain maybe like 3 or 4 different control schemes at a time.
Yeah.
And I would constantly be like switching between them depending on what game I was playing. But now I'm old and my brain has I think I've smoked away a lot of the lumps in my brain. So
Yeah.
I've got like 2 slots for a control scheme preset into my head.
Uh-huh.
And if they're too similar, then nah, I've only got one. I knew I saw a wee something down here.
Yeah, it's a little bobblehead.
L3 should be the sprint button in all games. Agreed. There is a standardised control pattern. I don't know who it was that was responsible for it, but I think all shooting games should go by this uniform control. You know, like Call of Duty controls, that kind of shit. That's great. See, when you get a game like Killzone, and it's like, alright, you're going to have to press triangle to fucking aim, and like L3 to throw a grenade and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? What?
You're just like, excuse me?
I
This
don't-
is not the controls.
What? In what country is this mandatory? It's insane. It was like when I was a kid and I would play Final Fantasy VII, and circle was okay.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently that's more often than not the case in Japanese games.
It is, and as a big weeby weirdo, Wayne, I was always playing those games, so I thought that circle was okay for ages, and then I started playing Western games, and I just kept like backing out of menus constantly and going, what the fuck? Why can I not progress?
Yeah, it's flipped because obviously like in Japan, like they use like the kind of the knot and the cross as a sort of kind of positive negative.
Yeah.
So when you press X, you're choosing a negative, or that's the way that they kind of.
But that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense to me. That's why I thought it was that way as standard, but no,
Whereas-
we've got to drive on the other side of the road. We've got to do everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, whereas Western game, oh, that button's right under my thumb.
Aye.
That
Like-
must be the yes button.
Yeah. Yes is where I wanted to be at that moment. Yeah, I've got yes and alternative yes. But fucking, what we thought of it? Inverted control.
Yes, yes, alternative, yes, not quite yes, no.
The state of these control schemes in some of the games is just No, like a bad control. If I go into a game and it's got a control scheme that it doesn't like, that I don't like, and it doesn't allow me to remap the buttons on my own, I will act like a fucking cat, and I'll just like I'll pad at my control. I'll sit it down and I'll just pad at it like I don't like it.
Nope, don't like that.
Don't like it. Push it off the table. Oh no, I guess I'll have to do something else. And that's just the way it goes. But
So
inverted controls.
Yeah, and do you mean like an inverted like flight controls or like looking controls?
Listen, man. See, literally any inverted control. If I make a Tinder profile, that's going to be on there. Do you play inverted? Yes. Fuck off. You are literally backwards. There was a sketch that I saw years ago, and it was, shut up, Samuel, I don't want exposition. This isn't a game about story, this is a game about murder. Shit, what was I saying? Yeah, inverted controls. I watched a sketch about it years ago, and it was Brian Cox, you know, the famous physicist or whatever he is.
Yes, the Professor Brian Cox.
Yes. So it was him. It was a caricature of him, and he was going like he was trying to explain why inverted controls were correct, and he was like, "You see, as a meteor comes down from the Earth, it exerts a force that pushes everything behind it upwards, and that's why when we push down." And as he was explaining it all in great detail, somebody just went, "Brian, up is up and down is down. Shut up." And me, a plebeian that doesn't understand the science, is going, yeah! Up is up!
Did you know, like some occasionally I catch someone who doesn't know this. Did you know that Professor Brian Cox was once in a band?
No.
Okay, so I guarantee you've heard the song. It's like a pop song, and the band is called D-Ream.
Right.
And the song is "Things Can Only Get Better."
You'd need to sing it for me.
Things can only get better. Can only get better.
Oh man, this is so rude of me, but I was not listening. Can you sing it again?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, boo!
Only once.
Oh well, I got one out of you.
So yeah, it was this like one hit one. They were like this kind of like one hit wonder, kind of. But yeah, that's Professor Brian Cox played keyboard in that band.
Oh, fucking incredible. That's cool. He seems like a keyboard kind of guy.
Yeah.
He does. He really does seem like a keyboard kind of guy.
I did not make it up, Moomba, I promise. You can look it up. The band is D-Ream. It's like D and then R-E-A-M.
See, while you're at it, I highly recommend the glam rock band Marseille, spelled just like the town.
Which also has a well-known member.
It does, yes.
Mr. Neil Buchanan.
Oh god, what an icon of a generation, honestly. Like, that fucking guy single-handedly fathered creativity for a generation of kids in the UK, did he not? He was like...
He's our generation's Tony Hart.
He was children's TV's Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy that was making nice things and showing you how to make those nice things at home too. And you could make the toilet roll, and and some paper plates and some paper mache, and you could turn it into a fucking duck for your ma, and she would set it outside, and it would get wet and it would melt, and everyone was happy because it didn't have to sit outside anymore.
Wonder how many Wayne's mums were like doing their nut because like they couldn't work out what their child was asking for sticky back plastic for.
I know. Like, the parents are sitting there trying to explain to a child what 2 parts glue, 1 part water actually means. And me, the dumb fuck that I was, is going, aye, but parts are wet. How do you get a part of water? I don't get it. Two parts, but I've got a full jug here. Like, what I meant to do. Fuck it, I'll just eat the glue instead. Are you happy now? And that's why I am the way I am. Has anybody else had a similar experience? I can't be the only one that just went fuck it and ate the glue.
One thing I remember doing, like with like messing around and like kind of like craft time, was like, you could like smear some glue over like your hand or your finger and then peel it off, and it was like a impression of it. Yeah,
Yes.
did that a lot.
You do that and then you grow up and start getting edgy and then it's wax time.
Yeah, you take it to its logical conclusion.
What comes after wax though? Like, where do you move on to after that? Is that when you're just putting it in like latex and silicone and making actual molds?
I suppose you either go...
Did we just discover the evolution of a special effects artist?
Yeah, I was gonna say you either go at that point latex, resin, or like full on clay.
I feel like there's a subdivision here. You could tell a lot about a person. Like if you move on to resin, you're probably quite a like a creative mind. But if you move on to latex, you're probably just it's a kink, really, isn't it? And that's okay. I'm cool with that. Just make sure
it's
you
a
get consent.
kink, or you also happen to be a cosplayer.
I mean, are they super different? Are you
Not-
fucking? I'm in a menu! You son of a bitch! And now I'm dead. And now I am dead. You're kidding me? Is this Elden Ring all of a sudden? Menus don't pause? Alright. Alright, Bethesda. Cool for you.
I didn't realize when you were interacting with one of those things you were still vulnerable either. That's weird.
I was fucking reading it. I was trying to see what the challenge was, but no. The beholder had other plans. Fuck. You had a shed. That's cute. My house didn't have a shed. I'm sure I've told this story like 4 or 5 times on stream, but I love telling it, so I'm going to tell it again. When I was a youngman, the house I grew up in with my gran and my grandfather had one of those, like, it was probably a room in the house at some point, but it's been converted into a garage.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it wasn't. It was part of the house, but there wasn't a door leading into it. You had to go outside and lift the shutter door outside. One of those like old school 90s garage doors. You know the ones I mean. And every year at Christmas, we'd all just be sitting there waiting for my granda to get steaming, because the same thing happened every year, and it became tradition, and we all loved it. At some point in the night, my granda would go out into his shed, because that's where he kept all his tools. And he would come back in, covered in blood, head to toe, just covered in blood, pissing out his skull, because he'd closed the garage door on his head again, every Christmas, without fail. And all the kids were like, yay, he's bleeding again, yay! And all the adults were like, ha
It's
ha
Christmas
ha,
after all.
we're not taking him to A&E though, he'll be fine. And sure enough, he's a wee bit touched, but he's still alive.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
Oh, I've got a sturdy family. I get disemboweled,
Disemboweled, literally.
Yeah. Survived it, mate. Scoosh. Do it again if I could. But you've only got one of them. It's not like getting disemboweled. You can do that twice.
Disemboweled.
Yeah. It's for a different breed of criminal. Oh my god, that'd be horrible. Imagine you got committed of like one crime of the naughty nature, and they were like, right, well, the penalty's 1 ball. I'm sure you've only got one more go at this, mate. I think that would deter a lot more people.
That would be quite a deterrent, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because like some people don't fear jail. Some people don't fear jail and they don't fear the social ramifications of it. But I'm pretty sure if you threaten to take the boy maker, oh baby. There'd be some people like, don't take the Rattler, that makes the boys. Oh hell no.
I don't know why we went to that accent, but
Because the only people that think that one of the balls is a boy maker are in the Yeehaw states. Come on. They've got to be.
yeah, they've got to be.
They've got to be in the Yeehaw states. Ammo. Quiet.
Okay, so we got the so we got that little green portal thing back there.
Yeah. Love this guy's band.
And progresses, I think, through that door.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to do this now that it's... Is it safe? It's not like that portal's the trigger, is it?
No, I don't think they're that bad.
Alright, you say so. Provides a significant increase in control over any air movement after a double jump. Collect all 15 hell relics and reach the altar before time expires. Ah, well, shit. Okay. It's not a good one. So, yes, it has been a while. There's been some stuff and things happening in the world, and I am very excited to discuss them with you, as we have not done for such a long time now.
Yeah, there have been there was some big things happening in news. Do you want to kick us off with something that you wanted to talk about last week?
Yes, I have something very wholesome that I did not know about and I discovered recently, and I think it is spectacular, and I want to share it with you because I don't think you'll know about it either.
Okay.
And I think you will also enjoy it greatly.
Okay.
Alright, so, have you heard of a little game called Disney Infinity?
I've heard of it, yes.
Okay, so it's now dead, and do you know what? I missed one. Fuck. It being dead is a good thing. Because it was predatory, it was dog shit, it was not great. But you know, it is what it is. Right, so how are you supposed to do that? Oh, right, you're just supposed to reach the altar before time expires. Right, okay, that's fine. So yeah, Disney Infinity, it was a game that came out, it was very much like Skylanders, if you remember that.
Yes.
That was when Spyro decided that instead of being a platform gem collection fun game, he was going to be a seedy little predatory... Like, he was hanging out with Tom Nook.
Yep.
And Tom was like, Spyro, my boy! Come over here.
I got a business opportunity for you.
Listen, your friends are fine. So, yeah, shit like that was going on.
Your friends are fine. Let me tell you how to start making money from them.
Listen, dragons are in right now. Do you understand me? They just brought out that new movie, Dungeons and Dragons. Do you see that in the title? That's you. I feel like fucking Grunty if Banjo's going to be the secretary in whatever agency this office is, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But,
man.
So anyway, so it was a horrible shilly game, and it was just the worst. But there were secrets in the game that people didn't know about.
Oh,
and
okay.
they weren't found out until after it was dead, and you know, people were looking into it and shit.
Until now.
And one of them that I found out about recently is one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen for something like this. And honestly, it would make me... Fuck, I missed again. It would make me want to go back and check it out if I didn't already have it, because my brother wanted it and I played it and it was shit. I'm pretty sure it's on my trophy list, actually, that I can now never platinum because it's offline.
Oh, no.
I know. But, right. You know what? You know the D23 events that go on? That's basically like Disney's, come check out what we've got going on. Their version of like what E3 used to be, kind of thing.
Yeah, like a Disney Direct.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the perfect way to put it. It's Disney Direct, except it's like an in-person event. It's like a convention where people show up and they check out what's happening in Disney.
Yeah.
And there was a really... Fuck, I missed it again. I'm trying to like get it and go back because it says I've got increased movement, but I don't think that's what I'm actually meant to do.
No, you get that as a reward.
Right,
You don't,
okay.
You don't have that in this.
Right, okay, I get it now then. I will do it this time, I promise. But anyway, at one of the D23 events, they handed out an exclusive Disney Infinity token. You know, one of the characters,
Yeah.
and that character was Mickey. So you could get Mickey. It was just a standard Mickey. There was nothing special about it, you know, until you put it in the game. And
Right.
then there was a really cool fucking gimmick. If you collected every other token, which means if you spent a shit ton of money, but if you
Yeah.
unlocked every other figure in the collection for Disney Infinity, the King Mickey token would unlock an alternate costume for Mickey that gave him a Keyblade and his Kingdom Hearts 2 costume.
No. Really?
Yeah. It was only if you were at the D23 event, got the exclusive D23 King Mickey, or just Mickey Mouse token, had every other figure in the collection, then it would unlock a Kingdom Hearts alternate costume for King Mickey.
That's pretty cool.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. That is cool when when there are things that are found like so much later. I mean, like one of the games that it's only kind of just like got into that stage as well is like apparently this people are still finding things in Near Automata as well, to the point where it was like. I think to the point where it was like last year that there was still finding something in it.
Okay. Alright, listen, man. Listen. I don't think that that's a fair comparison at all. And I'll tell you why. Okay? When you boot up something like Disney Infinity,
Yeah.
you're looking around, you're playing the game,
Well-
you're exploring, you're having fun, you're interacting. 99% of people that put up Nier Automata are not looking far past 2B's ass.
Right.
Okay, so like, how much of that game hasn't been seen? Does that game even have levels? It might not even have backgrounds. I don't know.
The game has 26 endings.
Nobody knows that because everybody's just too busy looking at the same shit. They're just like, whoa, this game's a masterpiece. Look at it. Left, right. Oh, incredible. That's
I mean,
all I've seen. I've not seen anybody talking about anything in the game except thirsting after its lead.
The funny thing is, she's not even the lead for the entire game, but essentially, there is like there are 26 endings in the game. Some of them are only obtainable like once you've done the first couple, and others like they're essentially like they are endings, but they're like game over screens, so they like put you back into the action as well. There's a lot to it.
Wow. I'll need to investigate further. But yeah, that's my first to start us off. D23 secrets revealed. King Mickey exists. He is real.
Well, I will counter with something that we didn't really get to talk about, but has been excessively talked about in gaming at the moment, and that is the truth is that apparently Redfall bad.
Oh no. I knew this is where this was going. Redfall so bad that Phil fucking Spencer took a public L over it.
Yes,
that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that is. Don't worry, I've got more material in that vein. But the game itself, to begin with, made by Arcane. It's the same guys that made Prey, and Dishonored.
So they've got a fairly good pedigree.
Yeah, like people expect good to decent things of them.
I would put them somewhere in my own personal estimation. If they were going to bring a game out, I would put it in it will probably be above average to high average. Like high average to above average.
Yeah.
Which is good for the sea of games that we've got coming out that are dog shit right now.
So, unfortunately, Unfortunately, Redfall is apparently broken beyond belief. So like I'll give you a couple of examples. Apparently, you can stave off a vampire by being on the other side of a piece of level geometry, because they will line of sight to you through the least resistant path and get caught in the level geometry, and you can just shoot them.
I thought you were going to say they get stopped by like small bodies of water or something like that. I was going to be like, oh, it's kind of lore support in that. It's usually witches, but okay. But no, just straight up, just
straight up inanimate objects, pieces of furniture.
Great.
Yeah.
Dark Lord of the Night, but cannot navigate IKEA.
their AI just can't handle it.
Significantly more A than I.
Yep. Yeah, so and apparently like it runs like hell as well. Like they were talking about this game on the run up to its launch, you know, being able to be played at 60 frames per second. I don't think anyone can play it at 60 frames per second. Not even the console users, which, you know, is supposed to have, you know, because it's the same hardware, it's supposed to be a bit more stable.
It's surprising because consoles have been notably I don't want to say superior, but more consistent thing to be playing games on recently.
Well, the thing is, there's less. I mean, overall, there's like less variables with consoles. You're running the same hardware as everybody else. You know, you're not going to have like, you know, a more or less powerful machine than anyone else who's playing.
Oh shit! It's another one. Fuck.
Yeah. So this is Pinky.
There was two of him.
This is Pinky.
There was two. Oh, I got a trophy called Rip and Tear. That's awesome. I don't like Pinky.
Yeah, not pleasant. Another classic Doom monster that's been like sort of reimagined though.
Was there a third monster in that room as well?
Yeah, I think you fight one and then you fight two together.
So, what you're telling me is that I get two in the pink and one that is not in the pink. Is there a name for that?
That's called the shotgun.
I made him sing twice! Oh, I've got such strong bait tonight. It's really working for me. I'm getting some big fish.
So yeah, so obviously, you know, the reception to Redfall has been, you know, pretty diabolical, to be honest. But the interesting part is, like, as you say, Phil Spencer has, you know, spoken, you know, with spoken out and said that, you know, that he's not happy, he's disappointed with the game, but he also went a bit further than that. Did you see what he said next?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing, but I can't remember off the top of my head what specifically you're referencing.
So next he said that in the current landscape of the gaming industry, he recognises that Xbox is essentially third.
That's right. Oh, he just straight up said it.
He said that.
Don't say that.
Yeah, he said that Xbox, they know that they're behind the other two. They know that, and he says that he doesn't want to. He doesn't, like, you know, he's not gonna make a point of ensuring that, you know, the Xbox have to keep up with them 100%. Now, he then said something.
Let's examine that just a little bit deeper, okay? because I've got a few points I want to make just off the back of that I think
Okay.
are important to say, because it might be slightly overlooked just what he's actually saying there.
Yeah,
When you
there's a big thing coming right after. So like we'll unpack this a little bit here, but there's a bigger
yeah.
bombshell coming.
Well, the point that I want to make is that a lot of things that people might not understand or might not take into consideration is that when you're saying that you are third in a race that's between PlayStation 5 and 4, which are very closely linked, but you know, we'll call it 5.
Mhm.
And Nintendo, what's Nintendo's last console? It's the Switch. That wasn't current gen when it came out.
Yeah.
So to say that you've got a brand new current gen console that's running on supposedly the best available specs, you know, top of the line and shit, people are supposed to be queuing up out the door for this. It's the brand new thing, and you are trailing to something that is significantly weaker technology-wise. The only thing that is supporting it and keeping it going is its overwhelmingly powerful catalogue of first-party titles.
Well, the thing is, right, this is something that, you know, like I do see like this, this argument all over the place. But is it really weaker technology if it's doing better?
Yes.
I mean,
objectively, the technology is weaker. It's just that the quality of what is being that technology is being used for is significantly better.
Yeah.
It would be like if it would be the same argument for like vinyl versus CD. You know, like CD is a better technology, but people really argue on the quality of vinyl because the players back in the day weren't good enough to get the sound out of them that you needed. Or that you could get. Now it's better. Now with time we can go back and vinyl's coming back in, but will the same thing are Xbox in their vinyl phase where they've got to just get the shit better to actually make it viable again? I don't know. But I think that the argument cannot be made that it's not a weaker console just in terms of its schematics, its actual capabilities. But like I say, the way that technology is being utilised is way better.
Now, one of the things that, you know, that has been quite weak on the Microsoft front for quite some time, and is definitely the case at the moment, will be what a lot of people would have responded to that kind of statement, and that is to say, well, what has Xbox got in terms of exclusives? You know, in terms of first-party content. You've got Starfall isn't out yet, and the first major first-party Xbox published game was Redfall. So like, you know, that was the first kind of major one of the year was that. So what he then said, which was like an even bigger bombshell, is that he doesn't think that he says people are saying that if we just make some great games, we can turn it around and people will come to buy consoles, and he says he doesn't think that's true.
Yeah.
Now that there's kind of several layers to this, to be honest. There's the fact that he says that he doesn't think it's true that if you make good games, people will buy them. There's the aspect of it that it sounds as if he's throwing in the towel and basically saying that Xbox has no horse in the current console race. But what he kind of went on to say, and it balances out what he said a little bit, but it still does make you think that he's kind of the brand's kind of given up on itself. But he said that he feels that the current console gaming landscape is people are going to be brand loyal to the consoles that they had last generation, because the consoles last generation, a lot of the major releases are being they are bridging the gap between last generation and this generation. So if people haven't got the console yet, they can still play new games because we're still in that intermediary phase. Phil Spencer thinks that because people have, that there was a very strong generation with like kind of with like the kind of PS4 generation, I suppose you'd call it.
Yeah, I've got a take on that, but I'll wait till you're finished.
But like, he's saying that people, because they're so entrenched in their console choices for last generation, that because they've had such, those of the other two, Nintendo and Sony, have had such big successes during last console generation, he doesn't think Xbox can really match them at this stage, and it doesn't matter what quality of games they put out from first party, which is why they're kind of focusing on parity and crossplay with PC and Game Pass.
Oh god, yeah, there's so much to say here. Right, I need to go to the toilet because I really need to pee, and then when I come back I've got so much to say on this. I've been holding this in for so long because it is such an interesting topic for us. I'll be right back.
No worries.
And I'm pausing it so one of these fucking sneaky freaks doesn't come up and pop me. Remember what happened last time I went to the toilet? I get invaded. God damn.
So what do you guys think? Do you think that do we have any Xbox users in the chat? I mean, I know we're mostly kind of PlayStation over here because this is, essentially a PlayStation trophy hunting channel. But what do you think about that? Do you think that it could be worth Xbox's while to try and put out some strong exclusive games? Because what Dargo says is right. Like, Nintendo is really, really strong on its catalog of characters, its roster of IPs, and PlayStation are as well, but kind of to a lesser extent. Oh, my console just woke up when I said that. It's saying I said PlayStation, and it said yes. Not you. But okay. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think how would you feel if you were an Xbox fan right now?
I mean, I'm not an Xbox fan at all.
Well,
I never have.
How would you feel if you were an Xbox fan right now?
Well, here's the thing. It's going to lead into my answer. Sony have been here before, and it's part of my dissection of everything that's been said. But I want to kind of take it like bit by bit. Oh fuck! I didn't grab Iron Brew. That's what I forgot to do. I want to kind of take it bit by bit and kind of unpack everything, because there's some statements in there that I agree with, some I really don't agree with, and some that I think need contextualization to really see the bigger picture. But what I want to start with is that games don't sell consoles. Now, I wholeheartedly disagree with that, and the only reason that I can say that I disagree with that confidently is because I would not own a fucking Switch that I barely ever play if Monster Hunter wasn't on it before World came out. That is literally the only reason I own that console, is because I wanted to play Monster Hunter, and it was only available on Switch, so I got a fucking Switch because I really wanted to play Monster Hunter. So if you get a game that's got enough fan base, like, do you know, see if Xbox announced tomorrow that World 2 was an Xbox exclusive. Are you telling me you wouldn't want to play World 2?
Well, yeah, this is the thing, but on the other hand, not steel manning the opposing view, but on the other hand, consoles aren't like, they aren't like a couple of £100 anymore. They're like 400-500 quid, and what it was saying, kind of off of the the kind of the full range of the statement was that people have already bought their consoles from last gen, and yeah, in the past games would sell consoles, and games do sell consoles on launch. That's what having like the launch exclusive is all about.
Yeah.
But like what's been said here is like he doesn't think that if Xbox suddenly bring out some really awesome first party content, that he doesn't think it's going to change the landscape at all.
Well, again, like this is part of the argument that I'm wanting to lean into as well, because like I was saying, I only own a Switch because of like one game in particular that I really wanted to play, but a couple of series. I had high expectations for the Switch Pokemon, and boy was I disappointed. But I think that there is a much bigger factor that hasn't been discussed, and it is the tipping point. And this might be just because I'm from every generation of PlayStation and Xbox. Like, I remember the time before these things existed, when it was fucking Nintendo and Sega that were duking it out.
Mm-hmm.
And Atari. Remember Atari?
Yeah.
God damn. Anyway, yeah, so I'm from the long ago when that shit was going on. Not the long ago before any of that shit, when it was like Commodore and Amstrad and shit, but just the long ago where it was before PlayStation and Xbox, right? So I remember the debate raging every year, and it was always, or every couple of years when a new one was coming out, it was always the same thing, right? We weren't really interested in what was actually coming out on the console necessarily. The huge deciding factor was, which one are my friends getting?
Yeah.
If my friends are getting a PlayStation, I'm getting a PlayStation so I can play with my friends. If my friends get an Xbox, I guess I'll have to bite the bullet and get that so I can play games with my friends. And obviously, I was different. I'm console loyal because like I'm autistic as shit, and I've only got room in my brain for one thing. But everybody else I know, they switched over to Xbox, and it was around the time that Sony were experiencing their own case of this.
Yeah.
This has happened to Sony before.
It has.
Like, this is something that I was going to bring up earlier on. Well, that's what I was going to bring up, right? So, being from every generation of the PlayStation, I remember what each one is like, and I've got rankings for them in my head, and I don't think that they are off. I think I'm fairly objective with the way that I'm looking at these, right? PS1 was revolutionary for home gaming. As a console, it had one of the strongest libraries out there. As a machine, it was alright, very old technology, but it's really started something for 3D home gaming. Great console. PS2, if that isn't the greatest fucking thing that ever happened to gaming, I don't know what is, man. PS2 is the thing that launched this shit into the stratosphere. And PS3 was a dog shit mess that on launch had nothing to play on it. Its supposed features that were going to sell it added no value to the machine, and they learned a bitter lesson. And when they came back with the PS4, I would honestly argue, and I don't know if anybody will agree with me, but I feel like the PS4 was the PS2 2, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Went, what made the PS2 great? Let's do that again, but make it as multiplayer accessible as possible. Even the UI overhaul was exceptional, because PS3 looked awful. It didn't look fun to be on. It was all that space theme and shit. It was all dark and... Nah, man. No. This is like live stream energy, and it really worked. So PS5, it feels like the PS5 is almost the PS4 too. And I think that's going in their favour, because like Nintendo have learned from this as well. They take their popular concepts and they improve on them, and they take stuff that doesn't work and they get rid of it.
Yeah.
They have not been afraid to bin stuff and just say, well, we fucked up on that one, we're not doing that again. But you know, at least we've done it. Virtual Boy, Power Glove,
The Wii U.
the Wii U, fuck the Wii U. But the Wii U had some cool ideas, and look what happened. We got the Switch, and the Switch is easily one of the best portable gaming or portable/home gaming consoles in Nintendo's overall arsenal. You know, and it's a huge lineup they've got of just quality stuff. I mean, goddamn, there was a while there where the 3DS could not be beaten.
Yeah, it was unassailable as a console, the 3DS.
Especially when the only real competition they ever had was the PSP, which was fire, but the Vita was the same PS3 era dog shit. Not great.
Yeah. But yeah, so like the next kind of sort of bit of the statement, I suppose, would be essentially the part where he says that he doesn't think, you know, he doesn't think that he doesn't think that it would change the overall landscape was the kind of what he was saying there. The next bit is that, you know, saying he doesn't think that if they made some really strong first party content that it would make a change in the market.
I'll tell you the exact moment Microsoft fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
When Game Pass came out on PC.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, I suppose it is like Microsoft after all. They do always want to have some level of parity with PC, but it seems to be like more of a focus now, especially with the fact that, you know, their head guy has just came out just without artifice and said, oh, by the way, we are losing this console generation.
Well, again, like, I really believe that it was Game Pass on PC that ruined Xbox, because after that point, everything that is ever going to come out on Xbox is going to end up playable on PC. PC is, in theory, the significantly stronger console. You get a lot better, you know, again, in theory, you get a lot better experiences and more out of it. So why would anybody ever stick with a home console when you can get every game that's available for it on the PC?
Well, I mean, like there is something to be said for that, but like, again, coming back to what you were saying about earlier on about consoles, I mean, they are a stable and consistent gaming experience. And unless you are going, you know, you're chasing down, you know, the absolute highest fidelity gaming experience you can, which, to be fair, is really the only reason to play on PC for most of the time.
Well, I think that development for games has changed as well, because, you know, back in the day, a game would be developed on PC, ported to console.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. You've got to have, when you're porting, you've got to account for the lowest common denominator. That's why Mighty Number 9 didn't work.
Yeah, whereas nowadays I feel like everything's made on a dev kit, and it's the PC that it's then ported onto, and that's why we end up with really shitty ports, like, you know, some of the ones that we've had in the news recently, Jedi Survivor being one of them.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, because, you know, I mean, we saw Fallen Order when you played it on the channel. Good game, bit buggy, but good game. And I think, you know, without a doubt, like, Jedi Survivor is probably the same. It's probably a very good game underneath what is a lot of problems right now.
Well, apparently the console versions are running just fine.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. It could be that by the time I get to it, I'm assuming that it's going to be patched to a point where it's fairly stable. And
hopefully.
And this is like, I I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being a lot of the time. I'm not the sort of person that buys games on launch, and like from when I see stories like this, I do kind of think, well, if I had done that, if I'd bought something on launch like Redfall, where it was like $80, and like I'd spent that, and that was the game I'd got. Like that would be, you know, enough for me to be seeking out a refund. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, the only time I would get games on release now is if it's something that I know I really want to play regardless, you know, like Theatre Rhythm, I got that on release because I knew I don't need to wait for reviews for Theatre Rhythm, I know exactly what the fuck that game is.
Yep, Final Fantasy Remake, Elden Ring, like these were all, I got those like fairly close to release. But like I don't like I'm very, very unlikely to like take a chance on a game that I'm not sure about now.
Well, that's the thing, you can't do that anymore. Back in the PS2 era, you could spend like a $5 getting a bunch of jank games, and one of them might be good. You never know. Whereas now it's like you can't throw like 20 to 40 quid down on some unknown title that's been plugged as like an indie gem. And hope that it's going to be something you like. You need to watch all the reviews and shit and make sure that it's actually worth your money, because otherwise it's too expensive now.
Yeah,
you don't have that freedom.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like the whole attitude within the games industry towards the game itself is totally different. You know, first and foremost, a game when you know being, you know, reminiscing back to kind of like the older generations of games, when we got a game in the PS2 era, that game, it came out, and if it was good, then it was good, because you didn't get like DLC, you didn't get, you know, like patches of the game. You don't get your experience patched. So if there's bugs and stuff in it, they stay in it. And like now they can like remote patch anything essentially. So there doesn't seem to be as much care towards like how a game is received on launch anymore, because they'll think, oh yeah, well, we'll get the day one patch. The day one patch fixes all the immediate problems, right?
Day one patch, god fucking damn.
Yeah, and like there's a completely different attitude towards it now, because like they've got that sort of fix it in post thing, whereas, you know, when we were on you know, predominantly physical media, and or even heaven forbid, cartridges.
Oh, the boys.
You know, yeah, you know, you're not going to get a second crack at it, so you need to make sure your launch is solid. And they don't have that anymore. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Like you say, there's the freedom of not having to do that. And games... No, fuck, I just let him run at me, didn't I? Games nowadays have like a much different development cycle than they used to. And because everything is connected and online, the development cycles are almost like... They just have like a cut-off point, and it's almost like, right, whatever you've got here, that's what we're going to put out, and we'll just fix everything later. And it's such a weird state of affairs for everything to be in, because it's like... Remember back in the day when like Genius Kajumbo was throwing out MGS2?
Yeah.
And that shit still to this day is a masterpiece, whereas like everything now just feels a bit disposable, you know? Like everything comes out and you play it and then it goes away again. What was the last game that came out that you're
a lot of the time with modern games, it can very literally go away if the developer stops supporting it after the fact.
Yeah, that's true. And it sucks.
which does kind of bring us on neatly to the kind of final point that that Phil had made in that little thing, and it was saying that essentially that it doesn't really, like, not only does he not think that new games would bring people over to Xbox, it does, it wouldn't work because we are intrinsically connected to last gen through cross-platform games or cross-generational games.
I don't think that's as important to people as he might think. I think that's important to somebody like me that hunts trophies and doesn't want that progress to be lost, but the casual fan that just wants to play a game, it will depend entirely on what are their friends playing it on.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, you have, you do have, like, games coming out for last gen still, and that's partially because of the semiconductor shortage that led to, current gen consoles being so hard to get. And I think kind of what's happened is, like, during that time and that sort of transitional period where we're having, like, the games are available on 2 generations of consoles, what people have already invested in is what they're going to stick with, statistically. There'll be that people will see, like, a sunk cost in the system that they had just now if they've not managed to buy a current gen console yet.
Maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if, like, maybe my sample pool is skewed or whatever, but a lot of the people I know, they don't even redeem their PS Plus games every month. Like, most people aren't like you or I who will go on and go, that's a free game, let's just add that to the library.
Yeah, do that. That's for free.
Yeah, that's a free game. I am literally never going to play it, but I'll add it to my library just in case. Who knows, maybe the fucking apocalypse happens and I'm stuck with just what's on my PS Plus library.
Maybe, maybe one of these games that got released ages ago suddenly becomes good.
Yeah, like, you never know. But, yeah, I don't think that. I think the majority of people aren't like that. I know a lot of people that don't do that, and their loyalty lies just pretty much exclusively with, like, oh, my pal's got an Xbox, so I play Call of Duty with him on that. I've been watching my brother grow up, and obviously I'm PlayStation loyal. I've always been saying get a PlayStation, Taylor, but his friends growing up all had an Xbox, so suddenly there's one of those fucking things in my house.
Yeah, I get you. But there's like compounding that again with, like, how hard it was to get the consoles, that is again the price. Like, are you gonna drop, like, nearly 600 sheets on a console that you're gonna be able to more or less just play whatever else you have money for? Or are you going to play something that you have are you going to go to Xbox, for instance, where you have no game library? Or are you going to stick on PlayStation, where if you buy the PS5, yeah, you can play new games, but you can also play and download all the stuff you have already?
Again, like,
because you've invested in this generation of that brand.
Again, right, just looking at it as objectively as I can, and not trying to put my own personal biases into things, because obviously I'm going to stick with PlayStation until I die, because that's just what that's just what I'm like. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
But if I was take all that out of it, I'm just a casual gamer. I've not got any brand loyalty, and I have built up this library of games. Realistically, I've got 300 games saved up from PS Plus. I will play 10 of them, right? Maybe 10, if that, right? And the ones that I've played and finished, I will go back to Bloodborne.
Yep.
That's it, okay? So if Xbox came out with a console that had exclusivity on Monster Hunter World 2, and there was a port for, like, Bloodborne to it, even like a fan mod thing or whatever, I'd probably really consider the Xbox over the PlayStation, because those 390 games that I have no intention of ever fucking playing anyway, they don't matter.
Yeah.
It's
But
like giving me... It's like all the... See if you had like Sky TV, and then somebody was like, alright, but you can get Virgin TV that's got 1,000 extra channels. It'd be like, bitch, I only watch 2 channels anyway. Give me those 2 channels and don't charge me for the other 900.
Yeah. I mean, I do see what you're saying, but like some people, like, you know, they do have that sort of nearly unconscious bias with it. You know, they're just like they're saying, oh yeah, well, like, I would, you know, they know the games they want to play. I mean, like for instance, we've got Final Fantasy VII Remake, the first part, got a PC release. It's still not got an Xbox release. You know, and like, I know for a fact that I am, you know, I'm kind of locked in to PlayStation for at least as long as that's running. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go to another console when I'm not gonna be able to play that. Oh, there's a haste right there.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh well, didn't need it.
I am speed.
Do a few laps.
Right. Let's just reset the chapter so I can use it.
And we will be coming up on the final gun fairly soon.
Hot damn.
You cannot.
And we're probably, what, like a third of the way through the game?
Oh no, we're not long to go. We maybe have 3 levels, maybe 2 or 3 levels left.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're getting to the end of the campaign.
Oh, so we could finish this.
We could finish this. I would say if we don't finish it today, we will finish it in the next session.
Fuck. Okay. Well, shit. We're gonna have to start thinking about next game then, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And as we kind of come out of, you know, of that was actually something that I wanted to broach with you. What do you think? Where should we go from here?
Right. We'll have a discussion about that. Kind of more. Where is progress and where is not? That's progress. This is where I want to explore. Fucking hell! I've been here.
Is generally if there's enemies, you know, you stand a good chance of not having been there yet.
I've been here. This is a... Yeah, I don't know where we are. We did a big loop and came back to the place. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Next game. I don't know. Let me think on it and we'll come back to it.
Okay. Well, we can think over the course of the stream. We have previously. So let's, if we can, do you want to spitball the ideas out just now so they're out in the open?
We'll talk about it later. No, we'll talk about it now. All right. Sorry, Dad. I just wanted to have a.
No, I mean just the like the titles. I don't think we don't need the side on one right now. You little pissin.
I love that. That was so good. That was fucking awesome. Right. Okay. So, here's the short list, right?
Mm-hmm.
FF8 or 9.
Yes.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal.
The tram is now ready to depart.
That's it. That's our short list.
Okay.
Elden Ring.
We do. Yep. We do also have our playthrough of Elden Ring, the Elden Shitlord playthrough.
This is true.
Which is going to it's going to contain many references to Holy Yevon, no doubt.
Bebop. Do you know what, mate? I'll give you that one for free. Just use your points for something else. I think it was a foregone conclusion that after Doom we're going to move on to Eternal at some point.
We also had said a wee while back that a return to Yharnam might be on the cards.
Oh, fuck yeah! What for that? I
And
fucking love Bloodborne.
and was there anything else redeemed?
Right, so redeemed games, we have any Metal Gear game, which again I'm waiting for the HD collection to be available on PS4 or for. I've not played
Or
5.
Revengeance remastered?
Well, fuck yeah, that'd be awesome. I've not played 5. I could play 5, but I don't really want to play 5.
Yeah, you got a bad taste in your mouth over David Hayter.
Yeah, ideally it would be 2 or 3.
Now approaching UAC Advanced Research
3 if I had to pick, but I would take 2.
Right. Okay.
It's time.
So anything else redeemed?
FF15, that was redeemed,
Oh.
but no, hang on, hear me out. Right, I don't want to play FF15 either, because I've already played it. I've got the platinum for it. Fuck that. I'm not doing a full fucking story run of that. I love you, Ronan. I really do. You're like a father to me, but no, you're like a brother to me. But there's no fucking shot I'm going start to finish on 15. It's too long and it's too boring. But, however, I was thinking about it, and do you know what I haven't done? I haven't tried the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, it was. What do they call that? Comrades.
Yeah, I haven't tried that. And I also haven't tried any of the DLC.
Okay. Apparently some of the DLC was all right.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But,
Because
you know,
you've got one for each of Noctis's backup dancers, and
and the bad
there's
guy.
one for the villain. Yeah.
Yeah. Flesh him out a little bit so he's not just like, I'm the bad guy because someone has to be. Which is pretty much his...
I filled out this form.
I am almost positive that the bad guy's actual story is, if I wasn't bad, then you wouldn't be good. So I had to be bad so you would be good.
Fair enough.
Do you know, yeah, I don't know, the ending, because I played it on launch, I had the version of the game that wasn't patched to make sense. What? Flushed a toilet. Yeah, I played the version of the game that didn't make any sense, so spoilers for anybody that hasn't played 15, yourself included, but there's a bit at the end that makes absolutely no fucking sense in the version that I played, right? You go through a whole section, you basically lose to Arden, and then Noctis goes and sits in a wee room, and the camera spins round, and when it spins back to face him, he's aged like 10 years. So I'm led to believe that he has just been sitting in a fucking room, just looking at his shoes for a decade, and then eventually, out of nowhere, with no prompt, he just gets up and goes, I guess I'll go finish that
With no
fight.
prompto.
No prompto, nothing. He just gets up one day and goes, I should probably take care of that actually, do you know? And it was so weird, it took me right out of it. I was sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? What were you doing? You weren't having some fucking vision quest, you weren't in the hyperbolic time chamber, I've just seen you sitting on your arse for 10 years. Where are you at? So, yeah, I don't know, maybe the DLC will flesh that out and make it thingy, but that's an option. We could play Comrades together, who knows? Or someone could play Comrades with me. And we've also got Yuppie Psycho, which I don't own yet, it's not on sale. And was there anything else on the list? I feel like that might have been it. Bloodstained was on there, but I just finished that, got the platinum. EDF was redeemed, we played that, but I've still not got the platinum, so that is still on the table. I think that's everything.
Cool. Well, I mean, we don't have like because we don't have like you know, like any other kind of redemptions to keep. We kind of, you know, I mean, we kind of pick from those options there, but we'll have a think about it. We'll come back to it.
I think the redemptions, unless it's what you, Emma, or Bebop specifically, the redemptions are more of my solo time kind of games.
Yeah.
We are not
things that are
advancing
redeemed
enough
by
applicants with
you
our faith
or
is
Emma
nothing
or
but
Bebop, I
believers.
generally will play
We cannot
with you
conduct our
guys
work
if possible.
without them.
And what kind
Just
of work
because,
is
you
it
know,
that
we're
you'll be
friends,
doing?
I know you, and
I have
it's good
received
to
a
get
report from a
commentary
Legion
with
monster
somebody else while I'm
ally.
playing.
Can I trust
Yeah.
that you can
But
maintain
everything
your
else, you
distance
know, like
and control the
MGS,
situation?
man, I don't need anybody with me for MGS.
I believe in our work.
If anybody
but
comes with me into MGS,
in order to
they
make
are getting
progress,
grabbed by the hand and dragged through
Your
a
presence
museum of
saving
lore.
alert. Lockdown in
My mind palace is very dark, but all that's in it is MGS lore. Like, you have no idea. I love Final Fantasy is my favorite game series, but I know I would go on Mastermind for fucking Metal Gear.
That would be your specialist subject.
Yeah, like I don't even like fucking shooters that much. I don't like war games that much, but there's just something about Metal Gear as a series that just grabbed me by the hair and started dragging it down, going, "Grow a fucking mullet!" And you know, when I get my hair cut, it is getting cut into Snake's mullet. I'll wear my bandana every goddamn day. That's the reason I fucking started wearing a bandana, was because I wanted to be something like Snake, but I couldn't get a hold of a big long green one, and red's my favourite colour, so I went, fuck it, I'll take the red one.
But yeah, so a couple of interesting places we could potentially go. The kind of for the most part, one of the Final Fantasies would go towards your goal for the year.
Yeah, it should probably be an FF. The thing is, though, right? The only thing that's holding me back from committing to an FF is that they are quite long games.
Yeah.
And we are at a precipice for a new FF.
Mhm.
And if I can get a hold of the console, there's no fucking way I'm not playing it on stream. Probably like myself, because I wouldn't want you to experience the game for the first time that way.
Yeah, I would probably not be on that because I don't want anything spoiled.
True. So, but you know, if you were able to get also a hold of the console and a hold of the game, and you were playing it on your own, I would happily stream it with you without going past a point where you had already been. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, just depending on how things pan out, I would also like to keep things available for FF16 if the stars align, and I don't know, maybe I get a scratch card win and I can buy us both consoles.
That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. You know, that's exactly what I would do too. But yeah, I don't know. Like Doom would be nice and quick for that, but obviously if 16 isn't something that would pan out anyway, then probably. See, here's the thing: 8 or 9. 9 is going to be a game that we both have a lot to say about, we both have a lot of love for, there's a lot of really cool moments in it that I just adore and cannot wait to see again. 8's the one that's going to be actually entertaining to watch. Because that's the one where I'm going to lose my fucking tisms every 20 minutes, if not every 20 seconds.
Yep, we're going to come on to stream and you're going to be telling us of how much excruciating hours you've spent at draw points.
Yeah, as much as... Oh no, fuck that, I'm not doing any of this off stream. I'm going to make you watch me soak the juice out of every one of those scrotum bugs. And I'm going to ask you, after every sook, every wee bit of juice that I managed to get out of one, I'm going to ask you, why do you like this game? And that is the commentary, right? FF9, it's going to be the two of us going, this is fucking great, isn't it? Yes, it is. How much do you love Vivi? A lot. Me too. Yeah, high five. Let's kiss. And but FF8 is going to be us butting heads, and I think that's always more entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, like, we will totally butt heads because, I mean, I do still have a fondness for the game. You really don't.
No.
And like, whereas I can kind of look past a lot of the flaws that it has, and kind of enjoy it as an experience. As an experience, you know, I know that it's not great. I know that it's not great, but I don't know. I still do have a fondness for it.
You like. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. That's the same mentality as like, no, you don't understand. I can't break up with him because my CDs are in his truck.
It's more like I would say it's more. I'd say it's more like really enjoying a movie that that a lot of other people hate.
Right, so you're the Rise of Skywalker fan in the room.
Yeah, well, I suppose you could put it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Rise of Skywalker fan, but it is it is an alright comparison.
Listen, even in this hypothetical, no.
Aye. I've distanced myself from that as far as possible, thank you.
That's funny. But yeah, I don't know. Moving on to the next one for things that no wait, should we just decide on a game? Let's just fucking do it.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah, let's just commit.
Okay, so we'll going through the options in detail. So we've kind of touched on a little bit on it on FF8. It's going to be entertaining if we do it.
Yeah.
FF9 would be really nice. It would be really kind of it's a really positive overall experience for everyone. It will be, I imagine, quite wholesome.
I will cry. There's one bit in the game that gets me every time. And
we'll probably you know feel that because of the there's no voice acting dialogue in either of those two games, we can kind of freely talk over most of it.
We can, but we can also voice the characters.
And we can also voice the characters.
Oh, so you would have to be Steiner.
That would be funny.
See, right, you can do Steiner.
We can divvy them up. Divvy them up.
You be Steiner. I'll be the princess because I'm pretty, and you can be. I feel like I should also be Zidane because I'm more roguish than you. But I kind of want Vivi to exert your power under that small frame. So I feel like you got Vivi.
Just give Vivi like an uncharacteristically deep voice.
Nobody said he doesn't. Like, what if Vivi is actually like this reality's version of Barrett?
Do you know that? I mean, look, there is only kind of, as far as I'm aware, only one instance of Vivi with voice acting, and it was in Kingdom Hearts.
He has a voice in Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the cutscene when he gets taken over?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, indeed.
I love seeing him show up. He was with a bad crowd, but I loved it.
It's hanging out with those FF8 guys.
No, there's fucking... Oh, I just remembered if we play FF8 we're gonna have to do Laguna and all his dog shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate him. He's an idiot. Here, no, that's a bop though, alright. I'll admit, even though I don't like the game, the music is banging.
Yeah.
I've said the exact same thing about FF13.
Yeah, I mean, like the music in 13 is all right. As you say, the some of the music in it is absolutely awesome.
Oh, Man with a Machine Gun. What? Yeah, Man with a Machine Gun.
The landing,
Fisherman's Horizon.
Yeah.
Just all of it is god tier. The battle theme as well.
Witches.
And again, 13 has that awesome violin shit going on for it. Like there's always something redeeming about a bad FF game.
Yeah,
except 15.
Except 15. Oh man.
Listen, man, I don't think you appreciate how bad 15 was. 15 was a, like, 40-hour game of watching 4 dudes try and not have sex with each other. And it would have been worth it if any of them did, but they didn't. It was a waste of time.
So the other kind of considerations, you know, for kind of these two games, I'm not sure about the Final Fantasy VIII trophy list, what it's like.
It's dog shit. Let's look it up.
It's probably going to include, like, you have to kill ultimate weapon.
I'd imagine.
That's got to be on there, right?
Probably, yeah. There'll be a couple of story things getting... Right. Should we get it up and see if we can bingo card it? Take a list?
Okay, so I'll get the trophy guide, and we can shoot through this.
Alright, we'll see if we can bingo card it. So obviously I've not had a single look. But okay, I'm gonna bet that there is the obvious couple for story things, right? We'll not even count them.
Right.
They're super obvious. So I think the kind of weird optional extra ones is going to be for Tetramaster or Triple Triad, whatever it's called in that one. I think there will be one for punching. Fuck. Oh my god. How did I get these assholes to show up? Come here. I think there'll be one for Guardian Forces. Probably for getting them all, or for maxing one, or getting max stats on one, I don't know. One for using... One for getting your triggers enough times. You know, your like Rantetsu Soken, whatever it's called.
Yep. So I'll run through a couple of them, so that a couple of the obscure ones. So like a lot of the GFs have their own trophy.
Okay. Yeah.
There is. You have to draw magic from enemies 100 times.
Easy.
You have to. I'll get into the kind of unusual ones. So yeah, you need to defeat every member of the Cards Club group in Triple Triad. And that gives you the Silver Cards Club Master.
That one's difficult to do too.
You need to reach Seed Rank A, which admittedly is not hard because like all the answers to the seed tests are online and you can look them up.
Oh my god, we're going to cheat our exams?
Oh yeah, we can cheat on our exams big time.
Oh, what killed me? What the fuck? I was trying to squeeze between those two assholes and they just... No?
Yeah, cheating on the exams is the way to go, because the higher you, the quicker you can get to an absurd seed rank, you will be drowning in gil at regular intervals. Now, let me see what else do we have here. So yeah, we need to collect all Timber Maniacs magazines.
Oh,
that will involve some running around.
Yep.
We need to reach maximum HP. We need to complete the side quest with the UFO.
Oh god, yeah.
We need to beat Omega Weapon, and there's kill 1,000 enemies as well as the only other random one.
Oh, that's easy enough then.
But
That's not that bad.
There are some little bits and pieces that are going to take a little while. I think the Triple Triad and the Timber Maniacs is probably going to be the longest ones.
Yeah, well, I can do some of that backtracky running around off stream.
Yeah, most of the trophies on this are for the GFs, which yeah, every single one of them seems to have a trophy.
Cool, well I'm going to end the stream with a bunch of trophy GFs.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Whereas the FF9 trophy list,
Oh, that's going to be hellish.
that is a big one. That's got some pretty nasty trophies on it.
Oh, let me guess. There's one for VV's jump rope.
Yep.
What is it, like 200?
A chain of 1,000 jump ropes.
So we're playing 8.
We also have to kill Ozma. You need to win 100 Tetramaster matches.
Hang on a minute, no, really, like, I don't know if we can stream the start of FF9, because you only get that one opportunity to actually do that, like, jump rope thing. Is that right? You don't get to come back and try it again later?
I'm pretty sure that you can. Yeah, it is well, they even said it's mechanically the most difficult trophy in the game. You get to do it in Alexandria at the very beginning, or you can. There is one other place that you can do it, and that's during Disc 3 and later, which it can be found in the Steeple in Alexandria, and it's located west of the town square.
That's alright then.
So there is a chance to do it later in the game,
okay.
The VV at the very beginning of the game is your first opportunity to do it.
That's fine then, we can stream 9.
Okay.
I don't mind going back and getting it later.
Yeah, the bunch of the ultimate weapons. Catch 99 frogs.
Fuck. Ah, shit. Back to the one. 99 frogs with Quina.
Yeah. Which can be a bit of a pain because getting like the 99 frogs and the gastro fork, which is Queen's ultimate weapon, requires you to be very, very careful about how you manage your frog swamps.
Yep.
so that'll be a pain.
Great.
And there is also you'll probably need to make a single separate playthrough for the
Save the Queen.
For the Excalibur 2.
Oh yeah, the one that you have to get there at like 9 hours or some shit.
You need to get near. There is a point where you get to. You get to nearly the end of the game within 12 in-game hours.
Right.
And open an invisible chest that contains the sword.
Right. Here's what I'm thinking. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Delay 9.
Uh-huh.
I've got it on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll practice on the Switch.
Practice. Yeah.
And I'll see if I can get my game time down to under 12 hours. And then we will do the Excalibur 2 run.
Yeah. That's cool. We can, and like, we don't, of course, when we're doing like the playthrough on here, we don't need to speed run. We can just enjoy the story because we both know it inside out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's those two. Now the other options that we had was Doom Eternal, which is obviously the follow-on from this game.
I'd be up for it.
Are you feeling like knowing that you're a couple of levels away from the end? Do you feel like there could have been more?
Well, I feel like a lot of it is going to have to do with multiplayer. This is more of like a Call of Duty-tism where the actual campaign is nice. It's what we
Yeah.
would stream, but the bulk of the game was probably fashioned around the online experience.
Yeah.
So,
And by the time we get to the end of this as well, like, you'll probably be fairly comfortable with the game,
hopefully.
and that multiplayer will be easy.
You say that, I'm just really bad at shooters.
And I have heard good reports about Doom Eternal. You know, shame I can't fully support the soundtrack.
Yeah, that'll be awkward.
Yeah, but I have heard it's a good game, and I have heard it's a good sequel follow-on to this. So
Everything I've heard has been really positive, like really positive, so I am looking forward to another great Doom experience, probably a better one, to be honest. This has been a lot better than I thought it was going to be, though, and it's been a lot more, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I've not been as bad at it, especially for going on to the hardest difficulty that was available to me at the time.
Yep, and I think like I was kind of the same when I played this. I was expecting it to be, I was expecting it to be good. You know, I was expecting to enjoy it. I wasn't expecting, for it to be as enjoyable as it is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just holding the button and swinging the stick. Look at all that ammo. Holy fuck. Fuck. Oh shit. This is not good. This is really not good. Oh no! Ah, shit. There's another one. Go! Run, 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 run! Get him! Beach! Where's that other big guy? Oh, I can't believe all that backpedaling actually worked.
There's definitely something to be said for keeping moving in this game, because standing still, you only ends up in being killed.
Oh yeah, I'm playing this as if it's like veteran Call of Duty, where if you sit still, you're dead.
Yeah.
There's the big guy, I just seen him.
So yeah, so would be up for that, and then of course our other kind of options were our duet of FromSoft, which out of the two, what has been the longest for you? Like, have you been back to Bloodborne more recently, or?
I stick it on and play through basically Yarnum every now and then.
Yeah.
Just to remind myself how much I enjoy it, but I've not actually had like a full run through recently. I feel like I'm going to move on to Bloodborne with my friends that I'm playing Demon Souls with, if I can convince them. However, sad news, people, which you have just brought me onto an excellent thing to say. PS Essentials is losing a few more games over the next month, and one of them is Bloodborne.
Oh.
So if you didn't get it when it was free and you've not bought it yet, what the fuck are you doing? It's literally one of the best games of all time.
Yeah, why haven't you played it yet? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like, you waiting for your buddy to make you stream it? I've been there.
I mean, admittedly, that does work.
It does. Well, sometimes, not all the time. Sorry, Sandman.
Sorry, Sandy. And then of course there is Elden as well, which we have spoken at length about how we want to make this the lore run, but also the kind of like a reasonably quick run. Like I think I think there's a lot that we could go into with it.
Yeah, I think so. It's just just going. Sorry, didn't like BB. Do like
You
Doom.
do like Doom. Well, glad you're here.
Yeah, you're allowed to not like Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Do you know, man, I hated Bloodborne the first 2 times I tried to play it.
The first 2 times.
First 2 times I tried to play it, I hated it. I didn't even make it past the first street in Yarnum. Like the you know, the big villager gang squad at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Hated it. It
Get
wasn't until I
stopped
played. It was you that making me play it and having a little bit of guidance that made it actually fun. And then once I got into it, it's now easily one of my top 5 games.
I'm confident you'll find something useful there as well.
But
Yes.
do you know that way, like FromSoft games?
Service elevator is
When people say they don't like a FromSoft game, I take it almost the same way I do when people tell me they don't like Monster Hunter. It's like, yeah, you don't like it, yeah, you'll get there. Something will happen in your life, something will happen, you'll try it again, there'll be a different circumstance, you'll be in a different frame of mind, and you'll just get it eventually. Like, people will have their awakenings. But I think the same could be said about any genre, you know? With the exception of, like, you know, EA's manufactured sports games that are all the same. I feel like you could easily just find the right time and the right circumstance to enjoy almost anything. You pre-ordered Zelda with the free poster. Far out, man.
Yeah.
Right. Going back to the decision.
Mhm. Now we've had a bit more at length on each one.
I know, I hate it because realistically I feel like it's too early for Elden. I think we should consider doing the Elden run when the DLC has got a release date at least.
Yeah.
So that we can kind of time our run to slot in with the DLC so we can enjoy that. Like,
That would be cool.
Yeah, so I feel like we should be waiting for the DLC for Elden. Bloodborne,
Okay.
I feel like it's too soon after. I know the last run was 3 years ago that we did that, which, holy fuck, we've been doing this a while now, eh? But,
Yeah.
I don't know, it still feels fresh because we haven't gotten through too many games together because Hollow Knight took off like a huge chunk of that.
Yep.
So it still feels early for a replay of Bloodborne, and if we
Okay.
were doing it this time, I would want it to be from like a PC so we can capture it all and edit it and maybe add in some like extra things. But you know, having said that, if Bloodborne was what we ended up playing, I would not be upset about it. I'd be quite happy. 9, I feel like it's... After talking about it, I'm less hype about streaming it.
Yeah.
A little bit. Just because I feel like after talking about 8 and realising like what an absolute shit show mess and contentious hot button that's going to be way more fun than the wholesome, like, we both love this game and therefore we don't have much to say on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like having the back and forth and the split opinion is going to be way more interesting than just an echo chamber of this good, yeah, good. I love this, do you love this? I love this, me too.
We could maybe have like, depending on the timings of everything, if you did want to do FF8 remastered next, then by the time we finish that, we may have more news on Elden DLC, and we have been kind of itching for another FF since we finished 12.
Oh, 12, god damn. A game that I already loved but came away with a new appreciation for.
Yeah.
I feel like there is something to be said about playing a game as an adult you only played as a child.
Yep.
Especially something that actually is geared towards adults.
Yeah. And the fact that you've now played the modern version of it, because obviously the first time you played it round, it was the OG PS2.
Yes, it was.
Whereas now you've played the Zodiac Age, which is altogether better.
It really is. It's not even a question of preference. That is the superior version of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no like kind of Dark Souls 2 versus Scholar of the First Sin moments here. Like, it's just the better version.
Yep. Which again, can't believe I'm saying it. Y'all tripping on Dark Souls 2, it's fine. It's just fine. It is.
It's just fine.
It is
Well,
4th place at the fucking Olympics. All right, like,
yeah,
it's still good.
I was gonna say, like, you know, a lot of people, like we said at the time, a lot of people rag on Dark Souls 2, but it's still like, it's the worst game in that series of games.
Yeah.
Which is still a pretty tall order.
Yeah, it's like choosing what's your least favourite sense.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to get rid of my least favourite one. I still want it. Jesus, don't take it away from me just because I said it's my least favourite. It's still good.
Yeah, it's like someone's put out like an assortment of like ice cream flavors in front of you, and like there's one that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
there's one that you would have every time if it was offered to you, but you might not choose it given the selection.
Yep. Exactly.
What is all this over here?
So, does that mean we are decided then?
Oh, chat. Somebody make an argument to dissuade me.
How would we feel in chat? Let's open it up to chat. The Beeb's saying poll it.
Poll it? Can I? Can you?
Can we poll it from here? Let's see.
Can you poll it?
I'm gonna check. I will.
Oh.
We could put a poll on the Discord.
I want it in the thing. I also really need to pee again.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can start a poll in the chat.
I'm gonna take my phone and chat into the toilet with me, and I'll try and do it myself. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll watch for an attempt at a poll in the chat. If we can't put one in the chat, we'll see about putting one up on the Discord. And if it gets to that stage, well, maybe we'll finish that. We'll finish this stream and not even say exactly what we're moving on to next. You just need to wait and see. But it is cool that we're nearly at the end of this already. There are, I think, 2 levels left. I think there's the Lazarus facility, and I think there's 2 more levels after that, if I'm not mistaken. So we could very well kill this thing tonight. So, what's our next challenge here that we've got? Move faster for a short time after performing a glory kill. Eliminate targets before timer expires with the heavy assault rifle. Right, okay, so you can only... Oh, there's a pull up.
I'm back. I'm just cold now.
You're back, you're cold. Did you come across a means of polling?
No, I did not. I took a look at all the options available to me on the Stream app, and polls are not there. I just have the option to edit stream info and raid channels and shit like that, and even in the like chat options, I can just turn it on to like slow mode or emote only mode or whatever.
Alright, so you type /poll. Okay.
Oh, you've got a sword.
Let me see about that. Okay, I will try and sort this out then. Oh, saying unrecognized command there.
Did you use a capital in poll?
Am I supposed to?
I don't know. Just trying to be helpful.
Doesn't like that either. Trying to do it.
Oh shit, you're not dead. Armed with the heavy assault rifle, eliminate all targets before the timer expires. Movement is only permitted for 3 seconds following any kill. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to move a bit, be a turret, move a bit, and be a turret.
Right, okay. I think I get it.
I will. Since we can't seem to figure it out on Twitch, I will see about putting something on the Discord if I can.
Oh, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Give us our options and a number.
Okay.
And just people type into chat a number.
Okay, or type in the name of the game you wanna see us play.
New poll
That's
up.
another.
Wait, did you do it, Bebop? How the fuck did you manage that?
New poll up.
While we're figuring this out. God, we're so bad at this. It is there for me.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Yeah, I've not got it neither. So wait, what are the options again? FF8, Bloodborne.
Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and was that it?
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal. So, so what I would say, since we can't really seem to get the poll to work, just type in the chat the name of the game you'd most like to see us play.
You would not survive Eternal. My man. My friend. Sometimes words can hurt. Alright? That wasn't one of those times. Do you think I can be baited into playing Doom Eternal? A challenge on my skill? Do you know who I am? I beat Pantheon 5, mate! I shit on challenge.
I don't know why you say things like this. Because he's just gonna, you know that the Pantheon 5 is gonna come out.
Exactly. Exactly. Alright, I've got 192 platinum trophies, don't you know? I'm pretty good at games. Alright, so don't come in here with your gauntlet. Alright, your old, beat up, used gauntlet. Hitting me
Right,
across the cheeks with it.
There is a poll showing now, actually, from what I can see, and there is one. It is Doom Eternal, FF8, and FF9 that's in it. So if you can see it, please vote. Still a little bar on it somewhere. I don't know if you can see that, but. Oh, you mean Eternal would kick anyone's ass? Ah, right, I see.
Kino, my man. Alright, first of all, let's not be humble. Alright, let's not be modest. You and me and everybody else that's ever met you knows that you've beat this game already. Because you are a badass when it comes to the old school and the new school iterations of the old school. You play Toho games, don't geese it. I know you've done it, and if you can do it, then there's a chance I can do it. Because at the end of the day, we're both human, and that's good enough. Even if I might be subhuman at best, it's still got human in it that counts. Ah! Fuck. was only 9. This is insane.
Yeah, this does look like a trickier one.
Yeah. This is the rest of the stream now, guys. We're stuck here.
Question: if you get the upgrade for the assault rifle that lets you do more damage when you zoom in, or is it the rockets that you've got on?
I think it's the rockets. But this is like a challenge set up for the gun.
Oh, right, so it's like there's no upgrades on it, right? Okay.
I have no control over how it's set up.
Ah, right.
Oh god. You need headshots. I need to know where they are. And to like plan a route. I'm really not great at this one. I might high this one for progress and come back to it. There's one there. Was that one here I just saw? Yes. Okay. One up here. No, you fuck! 3 seconds is not enough. It should stack. Why doesn't it stack? Get off! Beat it! Oh shit. How many's that now?
That is 12.
Oh, did it. Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Was anybody speaking that entire time? I was zoned out. Were you saying something?
Yeah, we were told it was totally zoned in.
Was it? Oh Jesus! I thought we
Yeah.
might even have it. Right. Okay. My apologies.
That's okay.
So while we're working on the poll, should we move on with stuff, or is the poll?
Yeah. So the poll doesn't seem to have worked. It's come in. Well, there is one vote that made it in for Doom Eternal. There was no other votes. So I assume that it's probably not worked for most people.
I think if we check, we'll find 20,000 votes for something else just hiding in a box. I'm gonna check behind these. Okay. What's back here? The fuck?
Turbo Turkey Puncher.
Am I just mashing X? Is that it? Is this
Yeah.
the game? Just beating turkeys. What did the turkeys do?
There's a trophy for this.
No way. All right. Thanks, man. Look at that hype Street Fighter fucking 3 like that Street Fighter ass font is what I was trying to say. God damn. All right. So while we're working on
We're punching turkeys.
Yeah, while we're punching turkeys, working on poltism stuff like that. There was a game we mentioned earlier on that I wanted to bring up again for a different reason.
Yes.
So, talking about Elden. Elden has a particular fight in it. We all know the one.
Yep.
And it kind of set the standard for like, oh my god, bullshit fights. Or at least it redefined that standard for that kind of fight. But we might have a new challenger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a new challenger. Apparently, Jedi has its own Millennia.
So, I've kind of heard about this. Apparently, there is a really difficult fight in Jedi Survivor, and apparently the reasons that it's hard is because of the because of the bugs in the game, and also because like apparently like nearly every attack from this creature will one shot you.
It's a returning creature. I'll go back for that trophy later. It was too much punching turkeys repetitively for the stream.
Yeah, it's Ogdo Bogdo, isn't it?
It is. It's Ogdo Bogdo and son of Bogdo or whatever.
Yeah.
So or spawn of Bogdo. So there's two of them now, and a streamer has blown the fuck up in a way that I wish I could by being really shit but really persistent. And
Yeah.
come on, man! I feel like if there's any description of me that is accurate as a person and as a gamer, it is really shit but consistent or persistent.
Yeah.
So
Persistence is something you have in spades.
yeah, so I'm really pissed off that this hasn't worked out for me yet. But you know, it's called the frame. You need 25,000 points. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not sitting punching turkeys for 25,000 points on stream. That would bore you guys to tears.
Yeah,
so,
I think we'd much rather see things getting blown into shards. Thank you.
yeah. So this guy has not been having a good time, and it has resulted in his channel blowing up. And good for him. You know, everybody deserves their break if they can get it in any way that isn't, you know, controversial and dog shit. What am I meant to do here?
You need to wait until this opens and then jump onto the platform and go up.
Slide. But yeah, so he was fighting Ogdo Bogdo and Spawn of Bogdo, and he managed to scrub on it. Did you see this? Did you hear how many times he wiped?
No.
No, you want to take a guess at how many runs it took him to down this boss?
Was it like it's got to be in the multiple hundreds.
It is indeed in the multiple hundreds.
I think it's gonna be like 270 attempts.
270. Remember, I'm saying this competes with Millennia, so you feel like that's a competitive number?
Well, I mean, like I've heard of people doing, you know, like Millennia in like under, you know, like I'd say like if you do get good at Millennia, you can beat her inside of like, you could probably beat her inside of 50 attempts.
Yeah, maybe. Possible. But no, this person...
I definitely achieved that the last time. With the wee Mogwin trident.
Thank fuck I've got the thing that makes my melees not, or my explosive damage not hit me, because I just melee'd that explosive, and that wasn't smart.
No, that would have been a mess.
Right, okay, let's use math, okay? How many times has let me soloed her?
More than 1,000 times.
Okay, so it has to be at least that.
Right, okay. So, given that this thing supposedly one-shots you with, like, every attack, has he done it, like, 1,500 times or something?
Roughly. The estimate that I heard was about 1,200 attempts.
Right.
And apparently that is enough to get you persistent and noticed by really big streamers, and also mainstream media have apparently picked this up and started running with it.
Huh?
Yeah. 1,200 attempts, and he finally beat it, and he is now getting 60,000 views.
Oh, good on them. Good on them.
I am very jealous because I feel like I could also scrub to 1,200, like the same thing 1,200 times, and people would just say it's business as usual.
Well, when we play Elden again, who knows? Maybe we'll get a nice brick wall loop going.
Mind that streamer that Iron Man'd every Soulsborne boss in a row where he'd restart on death? No, I've not seen that.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that video. Who was that?
Now, the best attitude that I've ever seen towards fighting Millennia was when I watched. Oh right, see in the middle of this area.
Yeah.
In the middle of this area is where we will find our last gun.
Ooh.
You can actually see it if you look through the windows.
Oh, let me in.
Yes. This is where we must go.
At what point do you think he stopped trying and started scrubbing on purpose? I don't think he ever did stop trying, and I think that's why he's got all those views.
So we need to go and find a yellow card.
Oh, I got one of them!
It says yellow security clearance required.
Meh. I got one of them from that fucking pinky that I had to chase everywhere.
So this will be an exercise in essentially going round all these like ancillary rooms round about the side, cleaning them out, and then we will be able to access the central bit.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. I love the noise that comes off this gun, it's so good. It's such a brutal chunk. Right, so what am I actually doing in these rooms? Am I destroying something?
So you need to. So there should be a console for like disengaging lockdown.
Oh, this. There we go. Test fire. That didn't disengage the lockdown. Just shot a weird green bullet.
So I think if we work our way around the other rooms, I think there are some other things to disengage, but like this is kind of like the testing facility for this weapon.
Right. Yeah. No, fuck you. No, I didn't. Right. So yeah, 1200 scrub outs, man. I can't believe it.
Well, apparently, like when it comes to like a super hard boss, I kind of don't feel as kind of like should this thing be held up on the same level as a boss like Millennia or Sword Saint Ishin from Sekiro, who I hear is really, really difficult. Like, is that
boy NKG?
Yeah, Nightmare King Grim. Like, is it to be held up on the same as those bosses if it's just something that one shots you with every hit?
Corpse upper torso acquired.
Yeah, so we're gonna use his eye.
Oh god, did I have to? I couldn't have just taken the eye. I had to bring the whole fucking
take the whole thing. The whole thing.
All the meat.
Well, you've got yellow security clearance now because he had it.
Yeah. Go, I got a codex entry for the BFG.
Yeah. So that will be our next gun.
I mean, it had to be.
Yep. There was no other choice, really.
Yeah, there was no two ways about it. It would be like having like Cloud in a game and being like, "We've got a cool weapon for him," and you're like, "Oh, I know what that's gonna be." And then they give you like, I don't know, the rune edge, and you're like, "Oh, still good." And his name, but he fucking did it. He did it without getting hit. Nah, that's too much.
Oh no, where are they taking your gun?
Oh, give it.
Where's it going?
Give it. I want it. Oh shit, it's Resident Evil.
Yeah, so... So there is a trap. See if you... So this got me the first couple of times as well. So when you go in, you'll be able to see up above you. You'll be able to see little handholds you can jump onto. the way that you get to them is you need to jump on top of the container that has the gun in it before the floor falls away.
Right, okay. Is that what Dr. Sandy Peterson designed Doom and Doom 2? That's really cool, man. I
Yeah, it's cool.
have got a thing to send you. There's a podcast that I was watching a couple entries for, and he got John Carmack on, and it was super interesting. Right, let's do that.
Let's do it. Another kind of little small news story that I heard about just before coming on was that we're getting some new inductees into the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Are we really?
Yeah. So you need to jump up on one of those ledges before the lasers come up, because they will come up.
Oh.
And if you shoot out all these, see the reds, see the when you're in the middle, you'll see like the lines of red like kind of going up the wall. See if you shoot them out, it gets rid of the lasers.
Lines of red.
So if you jump back into the middle, and you'll see it light up in red all around. Yep, yes. So like, see just under the lasers, there's like little red conduits that you need to shoot out.
Under the lasers, right. I see.
Yeah, so when you go back into the middle, and you'll be able to shoot out the little conduits on the outside, be able to hit a good few of them from here.
That was enough.
There we go, there's the gun.
Oh, let's go. What do I get to fight with this bad boy?
So, the way that this gun works is that you switch off and on of it with triangle, and you only get a maximum of 3 shots.
Okay.
But it is a room clearer.
Let's see then, shall we?
Indeed.
And
they give you a little chance to play with it. Yeah.
No wait, why didn't it work?
So triangle then fire.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So whenever you see like a big, like the pickup for it looks like a green glowy ball with a ring round it.
Okay.
So watch out for those as you're moving through levels, and those are BFG ammo.
Holy shit. Alright. This thing's a bit insane, isn't it?
But yeah, it's on demand with triangle.
Here's another room full of dudes! Yeah. Am I just getting non-stop BFG ammo here, or am I just supposed to use this?
I think that this section of the game they do keep like kind of refilling it, so you may as well.
Sick. Let's go nuts.
Because a lot of the enemies seem to be dropping BFG ammo.
Let us go bananas. B-A-N-E-N-E-N. Alright, I've only got 1 shot left, so we'll switch back. What's this? There's some. Right, there's ammo fucking everywhere for this thing.
Yeah, that's what they look like. That green thing with the rings around it. One of the runes, once upgraded, drops more BFG ammo. Oh, that's good to know.
Amazing. God, I love it. It's so good. Do you know what else I love? Having some chainsaw ammo just sitting right there.
And there's a wee quad damage floating over there as well.
Is there?
Yeah, the purple thing.
Oh yeah, I see it. Judo jump. Oh, it makes a different noise when you put the damage on?
Yeah, most of the guns sound slightly different with it on. It's like it's played through a filter or something.
Yeah, I like it. I like that I can hear the difference.
Can you hear the damage?
That's pretty sick. Oh, nice shot, buddy. Not quite nice enough. Super shotgun time.
So the inductees in the Video Game Hall of Fame were The Last of Us,
Deserved.
Wii Sports,
Deserved.
very deserved, and there was a Barbie PC game that got put in.
No.
Now, the reason that it got put in is it is one of the first recorded marketing decisions that was based around female gamers. And it was like the kind of turning point where it was the first time a video game had been purposefully marketed to young female gamers, and it sold like 500,000 copies in a couple of months, which did very, very well for people realizing that everyone plays games.
I guarantee you that an overwhelming majority of the people that bought that game were middle-aged men.
It's possible, yeah.
It's entirely likely, in fact, probable.
And the other game, I can't remember what it was called, and I'm going to try and look it up and find out what it was called, because it does deserve its name to be mentioned. But apparently, this was one of, if not the first commercially available video game.
Custer's Revenge.
Is not Custer's Revenge.
Damn. It's a shame.
No, apparently it's a game called Computer Space. And the Computer Space says, according to this, it was the first true commercial video game released in 1971 as a coin-operated arcade cabinet and designed by the Atari co-founders.
Cool.
It wasn't a bestseller or a commercial success, but it did bring video games out of university and research computer labs and into broader cultural spheres.
Well, that's cool.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Let's just go and get that. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Well, that's really cool. I think that Wii Sports definitely deserves it. That was a goddamn my gran played that shit.
Well, that's the thing. Like that plus the Wii. I do like kind of making this point when I have the chance, but Nintendo kind of did the impossible with the Wii and Wii Sports, in that they were able to market video games to people who don't play video games, and have that be a success somehow.
An incredible success. Like,
yeah.
Fuck me. Everyone had a Wii.
Yep. And think of all the extra plastic they sold as well.
Do you know, I was just the other day...
controller add-ons.
Just the other day I was at a charity shop and I saw a Wii Fit board for 50p.
I have a Wii Fit board tucked in at the side of the table that's next to my TV.
I saw
I can see one from here.
I saw a post somebody put up the other day. There's somebody just using them as a doorstop. Like, fucking hell, man, that was a cultural revolution. I also remember that somebody at some point tried to bring out some naughty Nintendo attachments and they were taken offline quite quickly. There were some naughty attachments for the Wiimote.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'll try and find some of them later on. They look like they'd be sold in goop.
And the only other kind of little news bits that I'd picked up have quite a big one to kind of bring us on to, but to get the little ones out of the way, that Starship Troopers game you kind of like the look of?
Yeah.
It's going into early access on the 17th of May.
Oh, that's not getting cancelled. That's what I thought you were going to say, so that's much better.
Attention to all hazardous personnel.
Um,
Will be informed to resolve any questions or concerns.
but yeah, it's a different sort of grenade.
Cool.
But yeah, so there's that Starship Troopers game going into early access on May the 17th.
That's
was
all.
that kind of EDF horde shooter type thing that they had for it.
I can't wait. I love Starship Troopers. I would like to know more. I'm going to do my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Ha 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 ha! Child soldier. Oh.
So yeah, another one that that I kind of saw. I saw a trailer for it like just before, because I was kind of doing like a little news roundup before I came on. There's another really cool kind of artsy type game called Planet of Lana, and it I think, I'm not entirely sure, it could be from the same people that did Ori and the Blind Forest. But it kind of has that sort of hand-drawn look to it. Looks pretty cool, and like kind of very much in the vein of like games like that and Journey and Limbo and all those kind of things.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Definitely sounds like more of a you play it and tell me how it is kind of game than I play it myself. Or no, do you know what? Do you know who that sounds exactly like? That's Bebop.
Yeah, I was actually watching some of our good friend Bebob the other day. I was tuned into some of his Harvestella playthrough.
Good shit, that.
The Farms and Fantasy.
If anybody hasn't, check our man out. He's doing some good work. Also, Kino, doing some great work. Kino,
Yeah.
your time is coming, sir. When SF6 comes out, I can see that being the Kino era.
Yep, that'll be the comet that you ascend through the heavens on.
I can't fucking wait, man. You're gonna be that guy, quintessential angry Scottish gamer, and there's gonna be memes of you all over the internet. Are you going, for fuck's sake, fucking, oh god, damn it, I won. Wait, what?
I won. But yeah, looks pretty decent. But the biggest kind of news story that I kind of was bringing into me.
I might know what you're going on to. Before we do, I got one more silly one. So
Okay,
a few
go for
weeks
it.
ago, you might have spoke about it, and I might have missed it. I don't know, but I heard about it again recently, and I thought it was very funny, so I wanted to bring it up. A Konami employee has been arrested for attempted murder.
Oh, right, okay.
Have you heard about this? Did we talk about this?
No,
Oh.
no, we haven't spoken about this.
Yeah, there was an ex-Konami employee.
Yeah.
He was in work, and allegedly there was a culture of abuse. The manager of that particular office was very unfavourable to this particular developer, and I guess they just had enough one day, because he picked up a fucking fire extinguisher and just beat the dude in the face with it when they were in a meeting.
Holy shit.
Like, the guy went into his office, they were having a meeting, people could see, like, through the curtains, everything looked fine, and the dude just walked over to the fire extinguisher, picked that shit up, and bashed the dude in the face. He had, like, all sorts of injuries. He's okay, as far as I'm aware. Nothing lasting. But, yeah, like, he pushed an employee to a point where the dude tried to put out the fire in his face, which he was imagining through, like, this guy was seeing so much red he thought the guy was on fire. And yeah, he tried to put it out. So Konami employee arrested, attempted murder, fire extinguisher. Konami, great place to work.
Yeah. Good old Konami, eh? Fuck Konami.
Fuck Konami indeed. Not that particular guy. He seems really chill, and I've got nothing bad to say about him, just in case I ever run into him in the street.
Yeah, and he happens to be holding a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, man. That is not premeditated. There's no way you've been looking at that fire extinguisher going, that's the weapon. That's it. That's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, you don't premeditate on that shit.
Something was said, he snapped, and he went, what is literally the closest blunt object I can pick up that will do damage?
Yep, this is heavy.
That'll do. So, yeah, that's a thing that happened. So, yeah, I think I know what the big story is. If it's not, then I've got another one for us, but I think I know what it is, cool. So let's go for it. What have you got?
Okay, so...
What I'm waiting for.
There is currently a writer's strike.
It's not... Okay.
Oh, it's another big thing. Cool. Right, glad. Okay, so there is currently a writer's strike. And that that does mean that a lot of content will probably suffer over the next little while, and certainly in terms of mainstream content. But it has emerged that that apparently Rings of Power are continuing through the writer's strike without several key members of staff.
Oh dear.
Including the showrunners.
Oh dear. Again,
who apparently will not be on board for the remainder of season 2.
That's probably a good thing, given their work in the first one. This is the thing, right? I could almost argue that the recent spate of Marvel movies might be like some sort of industry psyop, because the number one reason I wouldn't support the writers in this strike is you guys haven't really been doing great work recently.
Yeah, that's kind of where, to an extent, that's kind of where I'm at as well. It's like, right, okay, what writers are striking?
Yeah.
Is it the people who have written honestly good stuff, or is it the people who wrote She-Hulk?
Yeah, because again, like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, we're not getting paid fairly. We're writing utter dog shit.
Excellent choice.
If this is the CW that's talking here, then shut up, go away. If this is any of the Marvel writers, shut up, go away. It's pretty much anybody that isn't working on, like, fuck, what's good anymore?
Nothing's good anymore.
Guardians 3's fucking class. Guardians 3 is Guardians. I've not seen it yet, but is it class, or is it just a lot better than the shite we've been getting recently? Which still doesn't make it necessarily good. It just makes it better.
Let's have your spoiler-free one-sentence review, Ronan. Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm kind of that. That's immediately what I thought when I heard there was a writer's strike. Honestly, it was like, oh really? What writers?
Yeah. Can we have a viewer's strike?
I mean, fair enough. Like the whole point in it, is not, that these people, are good or bad at what they do. That, like, the important part is that these people are not being paid enough, and that goes for the people who are writing terrible stuff. It goes for the people who are writing good stuff. So I do see the point in the strike itself. I'm not disputing that, but
Fuck, do I go?
when it comes to the sort of stuff that has been mainstream entertainment for the last little while, I mean, like, you can kind of make the case for it feeling all a bit phoned in.
Phoned in on a fucking Nokia 3310.
Remember, you got your map as well if you feel like you're going round in circles.
I do. I am. It's not helping. Fuck. See, regardless of how good or not it is, though, you need to know that they are still working for several weeks to be in burst about 79 cents. Yeah, the conditions that they're working in aren't acceptable, but at the same time, I do feel like there should be consideration for the quality of the job that's being fought for just now. Like, I'm trying to think of a good comparative. I feel like if you had like the construction industry, and like for the last 5 to 6 years, all the houses that were being built were just kind of crumbling, and then they had a strike wanting like higher pay and stuff like that. I don't think the general public, that being a much more mainstream thing, I don't think the general public would be like, I stand with the construction workers that built the houses that fell down and hurt a bunch of people. And I feel like even though no people have been directly injured as a result of the really shitty writing that's going on, the characters and the material, the IPs have been really injured as a result of their terrible handling of it, their terrible job. So I feel like I'm doing a really bad comparison between like buildings and lives and characters that aren't real.
Yeah.
There's still been damage done, it has been significant, and it has been at the behest of people that have not done their job properly or well, which could have been avoided. And just how much can you support that, really?
Yeah. I mean, as you know, as we're saying, especially in, you know, the kind of mainstream media where like the writing chops are on display, essentially, and you have, I mean, look at Marvel Phase 4. It is a disaster area with one or two exceptions.
Okay.
I mean, like, did you ever watch Shang-Chi?
No, I never got around to that one.
Shang-Chi is probably the best Phase 4 film. And that is because it has DNA of a superhero film, and it also has DNA of a martial arts film. And
That's
that
all it took.
that definitely works in its favour.
Whoa, what the fuck? The music just went hardcore in here.
Yeah, because this is a little wave room. I think there's going to be a couple of waves of enemies in this one.
Seems like it. Well, you know what, sir? I've got just a thing for that. I forgot. I tried to do the weapon wheel thing you spoke about, but I didn't get. What is that purple boy up here?
That is another quad damage.
Oh dear. Amazing.
Yeah, the super shotgun with quad damage on it is pretty ridiculous.
It really is. I love it. Come here, you. The only thing that would be better is a punchy boy.
Oh, the berserk one. Is that your favourite?
Oh yeah, I love being a punchy boy.
Oh, you get the little unlock. Variety is the spice of death.
Squish. Didn't even get an animation for that one. Just gone.
Yeah, he just clipped through him.
Who's left?
Any mare for any mare.
Unnecessary overkill. My
I
favorite
love
kind.
it.
Eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Ain't no kill like overkill.
The first time I ever heard that as a term was FF10, and fuck me, man. My child brain thought that the world had ended with coolness.
And I thought it was quite a cool mechanic as well. That if you kill the enemy by, you know, an excess of, I think, was it not like you had to do more damage than half of the room than their how did it work again? Was it not like 50% more damage than health they had left?
Yes, or something like that. Yeah, I think if they had like, no, I think it is a percentage of their total health bar.
Right. Okay. And I remember, like, obviously the benefit of that is you got like bonus AP and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, I just ripped his bag open and that wet. Oh,
Yes.
Jesus, I'm getting phantom pains.
Love it. Oh.
Speaking of phantom pains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the writer strike, it's affecting a lot of stuff. The most immediate things that have been affected are the daily talk shows that get written on the fly, and then you know, kind of sketch shows that come out weekly, stuff like that. But I think it will have a knock-on effect, and we'll see it in probably about a year's time what the real damage is, maybe 2 years' time.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's like a lot of the time, like, it's when people are in writing and working on shows, like, it's like stuff that's in the pipeline for like 6 months to a year from now. It could be more than that in some cases. So it could end up being that we do get stuff going forward that's a lot more delayed, and as you say, we probably won't see the real impact until it gets to that point and things are getting pushed back.
True. And Bebop, I totally understand what you're saying. I do. I totally get it, and I can see that side of it. And there are people out there. The problem is that it's an overwhelming majority that are bad at the job, that are damaging some people out there that are writing some truly great things that are not being compensated for it properly. And I feel as though those people are being really let down by the rest of the team in regards to like their value being noticed. If more people of a high quality were writing and their stuff was getting out, I think that would improve the value of the service, you know. And unfortunately, those people are going to be the real victims here, because again, there are some people out there that really do some quality work that do not get paid what they deserve. They absolutely deserve more, but it's kind of the same as like maybe like the police. You know?
I mean, like,
they've done some bad jobs, and a few. There's more good police than there are bad police, but the bad police make them look so bad that people are like defund them.
Well, see, yeah, I mean, I don't think that, I don't think, like, the important thing, obviously, behind this strike is, like, you know, acknowledging that, you know, writing as a career, it does require, you know, that people who are in that career, they are required to be paid, and paid acceptably. But the like, I kind of feel that way despite how bad some of the writing has been, because, like, I mean, fair enough. Like, I don't think people who wrote, you know, who wrote Rings of Power or She-Hulk or that god awful Willow sequel series, I don't think they should be paid. Like, I don't. Well, they
should own royalties for damaging the source material.
they said, well, that's not true. It's not that I don't think they should be paid. It's I don't think they should see any success from what they make.
They shouldn't get any additional benefits from being attached to that project. They should definitely just get their salary, which should cover what they need. But again, like, another thing to look into here is that, like, writing as a job is really different to, like, other jobs, and it's arguably one of the jobs that has the most freedom of location attached to it. You don't have to be in a physical room with other people or with the actors or with that to write. It does help. It definitely does help. It should be the industry standard, I believe. But right now, the way things stand, like, how many people are writing stuff? How many of these, like, news sites are curated by people that are doing it from their home? And, like, the staff had to... Escapist just the other day did like a thing where they had to fly all their staff in to like the same location so they could play D&D together. You know, like the Escapist is one of the most established online things that's been running for a really long time. So it's just proof that the model works, but not everybody needs to be in the same office. So if your cost of living isn't matched by the income that you're drawing in from your career, maybe don't live in fucking Los Angeles, where everything's like really expensive. You know, like it would surely make sense to look at going somewhere that's within your income bracket if that's your chosen profession.
Well, I mean, like the thing is like this along with many other instances where we're seeing people protesting pay and conditions is a lot of it's to do with like the pay just like hasn't changed despite the fact that the economy has changed.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty inarguable. That's everywhere, and it's inarguable for everything that is affected that way.
Yeah, we are after all kind of still in a cost of living crisis, and like if places don't get pay rises and everything else gets more expensive, then you know that creates a massive problem for everybody. And like it is, and I suppose it is quite important when it comes to work that you know organisations like like kind of like unions and rights organisations exist, because the people then can like make sure that they are getting what's right from their employer for the job they're doing.
Speaking of being treated right by your employers and being appreciated for the job you're doing and unionising, shameless plug for Thursday's stream, check it out. We're going to be reading through Harry Potter, Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles, where
and
God
it has
appears
been amazing so far.
God appears to be a fucking... I've got one for us, for when we're done.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I just really wanted to do another news week this week, but I've got a fanfic saved up for us. I've only read the first chapter. Already it's great. It's got bad spelling, bad grammar, bad plot, existing IP. It's bad. And it's not even Sonic.
Oh, it's not even Sonic.
It's
Mine
not
get
even
the,
Sonic.
the Argent Energy chest before you hit the console.
Oh. Yeah, it's not even Sonic. So yeah, we will be doing that. Oh shit, we might even be... I need to actually speak to Emma about this, because if Sactisms isn't working, then we might have to change up game on Thursday, so we might be moving on to something new.
That's interesting. There was something else that I was going to mention there, and it's totally slipped off.
All terminals now accessible.
But yeah, like, so what was the other big thing that you said that wasn't the writer's strike?
Right, you're gonna
You wanted to move
absolutely
on.
fucking love this. I can't believe you've not brought it up. I can only assume that means you've not heard about it, but you may have and forgot, because this is one of the best fucking stories ever of all time.
Okay, lay it on me.
Earlier on, I mentioned Escapist being a reputable source of news and reviews and such like. That has been going for a very long time. There are many other institutions, I guess you'd call them, that have been going for a very long time, that have got less of a reputation. Can you think of any off the top of your head?
Oh, there's all sorts, but I'm thinking I know. I'm got a feeling I know what you're driving at. But could this be in relation to something beginning with K?
It could. It might. So
What's Kotaku done now?
Kotaku got blacklisted
Oh, outstanding.
by Nintendo. They got
Yeah.
blacklisted by Nintendo for being a fucking leaky ship. They have been responsible for several high-profile leaks. Alien Isolation was leaked by Kotaku.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody went to the studio that was developing it. They had not announced the game, and then this dude came out and like tweeted like, "Oh yeah, I just saw an Alien game that's been worked on. That was cool."
Mm-hmm.
And like that's how it got revealed, I guess.
Yeah.
So that sucked. But yeah, Kotaku have had a reputation for being just dog shit in general. I'm not a huge fan. Every time I go on there for an article, I feel like an asshole. So, you know, that's not a good sign for your website if you're making people feel that way just for clicking on it. That's usually reserved for like Pornhub. Supposed to feel dirty after that and the post nut clarity, but I've got like the post article clarity from Kotaku. I read it and I go, oh god, ChatGPT could have done better. But yeah, so Kotaku got themselves blacklisted by Nintendo for being a leaky ship. So guess what Kotaku did in response?
They've got to have posted some kind of article.
They basically went, alright, Nintendo, if that's how you want to be, gloves are off. So they got a hold of one of the cracked copies of Tears of the Kingdom that's going around. You know, people are playing it early.
Yep.
And they just went fucking ape shit with the leaks. Like, they
Right.
were giving away all the secrets. So much so that I will not be surprised if this results in a lawsuit. Florin has been like avoiding spoilers, and I had to like emergency message him like, dude, block Kotaku. Block them now. They're on a rampage. They can't be stopped.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have done. They have just went for it. So yeah, I can't even begin to describe it. It is like a petty breakup where they've just gone apeshit and started posting nudes of their ex online.
Right. So it's just video gaming revenge porn, is it?
Pretty much, yeah. They are so salty about the breakup that they are just taking all the scuds and putting them on the internet and posting links to them and telling people how to get more. Like, the only thing I can think of would be like if you and I broke up, because obviously we were in a relationship. You and I broke up, and I leaked your OnlyFans.
Oh no, my OnlyFans.
Yeah, which you can check out at OnlyFans/Zero. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, it must be.
Zero.
Must be.
I knew it.
So. Oh, secret hole.
So yeah, it's kind of like leaking your ex's OnlyFans nudes because you're salty at them. They've just went, alright, Nintendo, like, get fucked. We're just going to release as much shit as we can about this game.
And I suppose goes without saying, if you want to avoid spoilers for the game, do not read this article.
Don't go anywhere near Kotaku.
Yeah, just turn them off for the time being.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be paying attention to them in the first place, given that they're not great to begin with. But
no, I don't. They're not a news outlet that I particularly frequent.
But definitely stay away from them right now, because it's it's the Wild West out there for Zelda spoilers.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that incidentally, that is out on Friday. Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, it is.
The countdown is on.
Oh shit! Hi.
We will be playing it. I don't know if we'll be playing it right away or whether we'll probably pick it up at the beginning of the next month, because you know all the bills have went out and that.
Yeah, it's that time.
So it's likely to be next month for us for that, but we will be playing it.
You know what we say around here. That's just that it's on early access. until
It's an
it's
early
paid for it.
access.
The course of
Yeah.
mankind.
It releases when you get paid.
Make our contribution to their
So yeah, we're gonna we're gonna be getting on that. I think will probably be me and Willokin will probably be fighting over it for the most part. We'll probably have to book time. It'll be a whole thing.
Darling, the Zelda schedule says it's my turn with the Switch.
So I don't know whether it's going to be because like when other big games that we both really care about have come out, things like Kingdom Hearts 3 or FF7R, we kind of like leapfrogged it, and with Elden Ring, because it was a huge open world game, we just kind of went off in our own directions. Which I think is probably what's going to happen with Tears of the Kingdom as well. Obviously, don't know if it's going to be as open as Breath of the Wild was. All signs point to yes, but it could be more linear. I don't know. But we'll probably just go out into the map and see what we can find.
From everything I've heard, it's more of the same.
Yeah. That was one thing that, we were talking about this off stream earlier about some of the plus and negative points of open world games and Elden in particular. But one of the things that Breath of the Wild really did right was again, it was a world where you discovered a lot of things. You can only fast travel between the shrines that you find, which the shrines in the game kind of work like they're like fast travel points, but they're also like mini puzzle dungeons, and the mini puzzle dungeons are like tied to how you upgrade your health and stamina. So it's like that's the kind of look with it. I don't know what they're gonna. It looks like they'll be doing something similar this time around as well, but there are some things that look really different in the trailer, yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Actually, it's been nice to be hype about a game again.
It's going to be really interesting to see what they do, because obviously the trap that everybody's afraid they'll fall into is it's just going to be the exact same map again, but they've just tweaked a few things.
Yeah, well, they have shown like a good portion now. There are like kind of gameplay demonstration segments from Nintendo themselves and from some reviewers. Like, for example, SkillUp got to play it for like 2 hours in Japan.
That's cool.
And he was able to post like 20 minutes of footage on YouTube for it.
I think it's really cool that it's not necessarily the big outlets that are getting the demos, it's fans that have made a name for themselves that are getting the opportunity. Yeah.
But the way that it looks like they've done it this time is they've added some new areas in the floating islands, which weren't there before. But the main challenge of it this time seems to be the way in which you get around. It's like the what you find and what you discover isn't as important as how you do it, by the looks of things. Because there's a mechanic in it which lets you like sort of telekinetically lift and stick stuff to other stuff.
Yeah.
And you can have like little rocket engines and fans and sails and all sorts of things to use with these in-game objects. And at first I was kind of like, oh shit, this is how they killed Banjo-Kazooie. but on the other hand, it does look really interesting, because like it seems that this mechanic of like sticking things together and making little like vehicles or machines out of it seems to be baked into some of the puzzles. And like what they did in Breath of the Wild was they gave you like all the core abilities of the game in the first area, which I'd be surprised if they didn't do again, but they may probably space other abilities out over the course of the game. But with Breath of the Wild, you got literally everything in the starting plateau that you start on. That's
Pretty interesting way to do things.
Yeah, it is, and like it kind of expanded as you explored further in the game and you came across more puzzles. It sort of introduced different elements to, different elements to what you could do already. Like for instance, one of the first powers that you get is in Breath of the Wild is magnesis, which allows you to lift and manipulate metal objects. But it is only metal objects, and later on you get to some puzzle dungeons where there is a source of electricity, and you can then move those magnetic objects to join up the little electrical circuits. I would actually love to do it on stream with you, but we don't yet have the facility.
No, as soon as we do though, man.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of games I want to play.
I'll even loan you my copy of Breath of the Wild.
Man, when we get access to a capture card and a PC and we can do like whatever we want streaming, I have so many things on the list. Obviously there is the promised stream.
Yes.
I've never forgotten about it. It will happen eventually. I swear to God, I'm going to make it a thing as well. I'm going to like advertise the shit out of it for like 6 months. I'm going to
the
get
stream that was promised.
Yep. I'm going to get a charity involved. I'm going to make it like a whole fucking thing. I might even have a camera. I might even cut my hair. Because I was going to do that and give it to Little Princess or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Oh, one of my friends is pretty involved with it, and she kept saying anytime I was over at her house that my hair's got a lot of different colours through it that would make a lot of wigs for the kids, and you know, just her personal involvement in it. I was like, yeah, okay, I guess you can have it.
Night, Bebob. Have a good one.
Night, Beebs. Peace.
But yeah, I'm wholeheartedly down for that, because seeing your raw, unfiltered reaction to Breath of the Wild would be pretty good.
I say, I've avoided most spoilers for it. The only thing I've seen is terminal montage video, which is just like a piss-taking speedrun.
Yeah, which you can beat the game in 25 minutes.
Cool, let's do that then.
If you're godly in terms of glitch manipulation.
Let's just blind speedrun it. I knew that one wasn't the run. Right.
That's the thing. You can. So like one thing that when you step out into the world, you start on a plateau, which is like the tutorial area, and as I say, that's where you get all your abilities, and you get like a load of starting equipment, and then you get like you get an item that lets you leave the plateau. But as soon as you leave, as soon as you've got all the core abilities and you've left the plateau, you can go straight to the final boss if you want.
Nice.
But I mean, you're unlikely to get there alive because you'll only have 3 hearts, and most of the enemies in Central Hyrule will annihilate you in a single hit. But you can. It is a truly open world experience in that as soon as you get out of the tutorial area, you go wherever you want.
How many of the enemies featured in Pantheon 5 though? Because if the answer's none, then I can do it.
Well, there is none that are of Pantheon 5 level. There's one quote unquote super boss. He's in the DLC, and he's harder than the final boss. But aside from that, it is a fairly chill overall experience.
Oh, bitch ass! This room is insane.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in here.
Yeah, this feels like it must be kind of close to the end.
Remember, if things are getting a bit too hairy, you've got the green eye win button.
Yep, that's coming out now, guys. One shot a couple of them. Get this. Get my.
Ideally, you want to send BFG into as close to the centre of the room as possible, because then it'll zap as many others as it can.
I'm trying.
If it hits a solid surface, it just stops there.
No, I'll be straight out. Oh wait! Ah shit! I did not mean to do that. Oh, I'm choking! I'm choking!
Oh.
Get it! I'm not dealing with that shit.
No, thank you.
I ain't dealing with that shit neither. Where's the box that had more in? Oh cool, BFG. And a wee ding. We like that. Hello.
Alright.
Fuck, no, get off him, get off him, no, fuck, controls! Ah, shit, I get stuck in the fucking scenery!
Oh no.
Shit! How close are we to the end?
This is the second to last level now, I think.
Level or room?
Level.
Right.
We'll get one more session out of this if it's 11 o'clock now.
Yeah, cool. Alright. Alright. Do we leave this challenge room till next week, or do we do it now?
Well, you've got to do a fairly large section of hell. So either we can either leave it before this room and start with this next week, or finish on a high by doing it.
Both are tempting. One more run.
One more run.
If I don't do it this time, then that's it.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Alright, guys. Let's go. Just keep moving. That's the strat. Hello. Stomp. Stomp them like the Goombas that they are. Speaking of Goombas, Bebob told me something really fascinating the other day that I was going to bring up, so this can be like our final news story for what we're going through here.
Oh, nice.
There was a leak. It's quite a big leak.
So,
Yeah. Somebody a 1.1 million follower account on Twitter posted the entire Mario movie.
Oh, right, okay.
It was up on Twitter for 7 hours, and in that time, it was viewed 9 million times. Which obviously has not stopped Mario from getting to the billion mark, which I did say I thought it would do. I thought it would do it a lot quicker. I did think it would do it a lot quicker, but it did manage it. So again, the prophet of media has spoken and been correct.
They posted Avatar 2 as well, Ronan.
Did they really? I noticed nobody's talking about that because nobody gives a shit.
But I've still not seen it. Like, for all it was hyped up, I've still not seen it, and I think it's because like it seemed to like have that sort of, I don't know. I just wasn't like enthusiastic about it at all. You know, like I couldn't get excited for another Avatar film because I think it had been too long off the boil since the last one.
It's normie bait.
Yeah.
It's not for the thinking man. It's for the people that just want to see something pretty on the screen and go, ooh, ah. It's got no real substance. The incredible technology used to achieve it, yeah, that's awesome. Let's talk about that all day. But oh no, I made a mistake. I fucked up. Oh, I recovered though. 3 health up to 169, boys.
Hey.
Woo. Checkpoint reached, baby. Checkpoint reached.
Yeah.
That was dramatic.
Demonic presence eliminated.
3% health and I recovered. Holy shit. Oh, you're getting some good moments out of this game. And we'll get one more week of moments. And I'm thinking if we end up finishing the story a bit early and we've got some spare time, then we'll just jump onto the multiplayer.
Yeah, we can jump onto the multiplayer or jump onto some snap map, because I know you have to do some trophies in there.
Yeah, I've got a lot. I think I'm going to start playing multiplayer soon.
Because the snap maps, all the kind of custom levels and stuff.
Yeah.
So we could maybe pick like a snap map that sounds funny or good.
Yeah, that all sounds awesome. Avatar 2 was up. Oh, right, that's what you're saying. Yeah, so 1.1 million Twitter account, and you decided to go for Nintendo. That's brave. I don't know what's spun this on, other than sheer fucking hubris. Alright. What? We'll see what's behind this big ass door and then we'll call it there. Oh shit. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So this would be one of the 3 bosses in the game.
Now? Just now?
Yeah, right now.
No, but I mean, like, how many is this? 2 of 3? Is this 3 of 3?
This is 1 of 3. We've not had a boss yet.
That's what I mean. Like, now we're getting a boss. Just now.
Yep, right now.
Wow, well, what a preview for next week that was, eh? Oh, he's done it! He only went and done it! No, naughty. You have to wait.
So next week we'll start with the Cyber Demon.
Next week we start with the Cyber Demon. We're going to finish it. We've got some multiplayer. We'll have a final discussion on what we are going to move on to, and we have got some exciting stuff to look forward to. So I think next week we started Monster Hunter, so we can either finish that, or we could start on the fan fiction that I've got saved for us.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to getting to the kind of next part of the Monster Hunter film, because that is going to be that's going to be fun to unpack. Because you had some thoughts.
Yeah, I did. I kind of want to watch it again with a notepad.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just watch other people watching it to get reminded that way. I don't know. I'll watch like
watch some review content or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any excerpt of this fanfic that I can read out to you
Right.
without giving it away. Right, I'm gonna. Should I give away what it's based on, or should I redact the names while I'm reading it?
Go on. Let me have some suspense. Just the franchise it's based on.
Just the franchise it's based on?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know, because it's in the title of the fanfic, so you might accidentally come across it between then and now.
I'm not gonna look it up.
Alright, okay.
I'm not gonna look it up.
Well, maybe I'll tell you the name
Reserve
of
the integrity.
I'll tell you the name of the person that posted it, and you'll be able to work out the franchise from there.
All right. Okay.
Okay. The person that posted its name is 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006 Chan.
Oh no. I feel a disturbance in the force.
It's really bad.
It's if that name is anything to go by, if you're here next week, you might need a sick bag.
I'm gonna read you the first 3 sentences. They're all
okay.
they're all very short, and this is exactly how they are written. It was 3 days before the big dance. Ridley walked up to Samus. He was really nervous. That's it. 3 sentences.
Well, I mean, if if I was walking up to someone whose parents I'd killed, that's probably can understand a bit of nervousness.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. So we've got that to look forward to, we've got Monster Hunter to look forward to, we have got Thursday with Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles, and possibly a new
Can't wait.
game? I don't know, Emma's getting messaged immediately after the stream. So, yeah. Thank you everybody for watching, it's been an absolute blasty blast, and it's just been so good having you back. Don't ever go
I know
away
it's
again.
good. It's good. It's good to be back. Circumstances kind of fucked us up last week, but we will be back next week.
Your voice makes me feel good.
Ah.
Alright. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Is Thursday happening? What's happening on Thursday? Oh, shit! Ronan's right. Ronan is right. I've just remembered.
Right.
There's no stream
Is he
on
right?
Thursday.
Okay.
Fuck, aye. No, he's totally right. There's not going to be a stream on Thursday because we're at a gig.
Oh, cool. Does that mean stream is happening tomorrow or Friday instead?
Oh, fuck. I'm messaging Emma immediately after the stream.
I believe she's off. I believe she's off tomorrow. So.
Okay, maybe
You
tomorrow
stand a
then.
good chance.
Maybe tomorrow. Kino, if you're free on Thursday night, it's at the Bungalow. It's £7. It's my pals band. Come check it out. Anybody that's in the area, Bungalow Thursday, £7. My pals band.
There it is. Sounds good.
Cool. Right. Peace, everybody. Thank you, Ronan, for reminding me of that. Bye.